And the winner is Other. Talk about it. But the second place winner is Resident Evil 2, I guess. Yeah, Amon decided to contribute extra points, the cheater that they are. But, hope you're enjoying making your sandwich, Chris. But, yeah, I just got back from the vet. And, thankfully the vet trip was not stressful. It was actually probably the best vet we've been to. We had to drive like a half hour to get there. And, that's good. As for what we do today, I don't really have opinions. So I might be doing a variety of things. You just wanted to tie the pole? You monster. You're a terrible person making me make decisions. That's essentially what that means, usually. It means that I have to be the one who decides things. I've been trying to convince Eldergoth to play Resident Evil 2, because I think that she likes Leon a lot. She acts like she can't handle games, but she can. She's just weird. she's just someone who doesn't like putting in effort. So I feel compelled to push against that. Let me actually get Resident Evil 2 open. But I hope you're doing well, Zero. Alright, let's see. Please be Mario Arcade. I need to back up my my hard drive with all my games on it. What'd you miss? Nothing, because I just started. The poll was just like, whatever you guys want, we can do, if you're interested in it. The second place winner was playing Resident Evil 2, though, so I feel tempted to do that. Yeah, I didn't change it. I was considering changing, but I chose not to. People picked the game, the one that says talk about it, so which means whatever you guys want, we can talk about it and negotiate it. The other options were Resident Evil 2, Metal Gear Solid 2, YouTube's for third time. I've played that a lot more than 30 times. Hold on, let me find out how many times I've actually played it. I think it's one of my most played games in general. Let me find out. I need to plug my controller in, or not my controller, my keyboard in to type. Mark Zuckerberg. Alright, hold on. There's an underscore in my name. Cat, could you please not? Go. Shoo. Hold on. Let's see my stats on this thing. Skip ad. Enjoy consistent page behavior. Weird to put skip ad in your title of your header. Alright, so games. Central AC in your house? Not a thing. I live on the East Coast, so I also don't have central air. They have all these old houses. No such thing as central air. It's disgusting. We need to demolish them all. But yeah, look, when it comes to games that I've played the most, retro is the most, which is just basically no category, just trying to get the attention of other people. Variety, this is when I choose no category. This is me hiding from people. It's kind of funny. But yeah, Resident Evil 2 is right there. I've played it for 212 hours. That's almost 10 days straight of just sitting in one chair. Oh, your AC broke. Oh, that really sucks. You should get some Flimber gerbils to help out. Do you rent or own? Essentially I'm asking, is the responsibility to fix the AC yours? Central air doesn't reach my room strong enough for the outpace the heat that comes in through the big metal window. That sucks. Your family owns. Got it. So you guys gotta save up some money for some expensive repairs. That's unfortunate. I'm actually surprised I've played Silent Hill 1 more than Silent Hill 2. Also, Silent Hill 4? Oh well, that makes sense. I used to speedrun it. You have a heat wave right now? That sucks. So you can't even rely on the open windows. You live in an area that is somewhat humid though, I would assume, so you probably should invest in at least a fan. Because humidity will save you with a fan. Because it causes the water to evaporate on your skin. Been like that for as long as I remember. Well, maybe you should cover that window with blankets so that it insulates better. It's 95 to 100. Well, hold on, I'm gonna find out what temperature it is where I am right now. Hold on. It is currently 75 with a wind advisory. Wait, is this really what it is here? I guess so. And it's going to be a heavy thunderstorm either earlier today or later today. I can't tell because the way that Google AI has responded to me sucks. Let me check out the weather website instead. Block. I don't need it to know where I live. Yeah, okay, it's 78 degrees Fahrenheit where I live. 95 on a cloudy day. I used to live in Arizona, so I'm no stranger to really bad weather. Got a few storms, but that weakens the internet, adds humidity to the air, which kind of sucks. When the clouds are gone, the heat is back. Yeah. I remember my favorite thing living in the desert was the fact that the dust in the air kind of helps you smell and taste the rain better. Oh, I played a lot of Wildlands. That's interesting. I love the DLC for that game. Humidity makes the temperature worse. It does if it's stagnant air. When I lived in Arizona, so the conclusion that I reached. So I moved from Arizona to Connecticut. Connecticut near huge bodies of water where everything was like super humid. If the air is stagnant, you're going to feel like you're suffocating with the humidity. But if the air is moving, you're going to feel a lot colder and cooler because of the thing. So I highly suggest you get a fan if you live in a humid area. In Arizona, fans did nothing, and I remember this very well. I remember wondering why we even used fans. Because humidity is supposed to be in the air. That's what the fans are for. After it rains, the day goes back to normal and all the dust is stuck to the ground, so the horizon is even more visible. That's nice. So that's just a video about air circulation in the reaction farm. You know what? Oh yeah, you're here, so we can watch a couple of, you know, I kind of want to see the video about caffeine as well. So, because I'd like to know how much pain I'm giving myself by drinking energy drinks. Let's check the better fan placement video. This seems relevant to what we're doing, so why not, right? 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 Gotta turn off the music, hold on. Where's music? Music, where are you? There it is. Go away. Right? Okay, let's see how this works. This might be able to save 0.
There's a very visible step function. And again, a clear step and wind speed when I move the fan. Now at 1.5 meters, I am actually getting the best readings yet. I want to measure where's the best place to put one of these fans to circulate air
Do you think this guy's persona is a gopher?
through the house. And I'll close the doors to the rest of the basement.
Pulled your muscles tilting your head kind of sucks. That sucks.
I've got
What?
another window.
He's like a dad
facing
made
the
this video?
same way,
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use an anemometer.
This is a stereotypical
to
dad.
measure
Do you
how
think
much
he's
airflow
married?
I'm actually getting through the house with that. First test is blowing air into the house.
Cold wave.
Full power. So it's trying
My house is interesting. Sometimes the heating doesn't work. There's like a week, like every so often there's like a solid week of where the heater just doesn't work. I feel like I need to learn more about how this stuff works so I can fix it myself.
pull air through that window, and let's see how the anemometer is doing. Nothing. Let's flip that fan around and try blowing air out the window. And this thing is spinning very, very slowly. And the problem is,
Would you miss Talk About It 1? And also, we decided to watch this video about heat.
this thing is very deficient at displaying very low speeds. So I wired the sensor in this thing to a Raspberry Pi.
I love Raspberry
And
Pis.
that can actually give me much better readings than this device itself at low speeds. And it graphs it on the screen too. So now I have this in the same room as the fan.
I actually have like 4 box fans. One of them is currently in the living room.
With a long wire going over to my anemometer, so I don't even have to come in here to check it. Let's turn the fan on, blowing air out the window.
Out the window.
And we're starting to get more consistent readings here. We're getting about 0.18, come on, somewhere around 0.2, 0.4 meters per second. I think I need to average this over a longer period of time. Unfortunately, I'm seeing a bit of wind outside, and that's making my numbers kind of move all over the place. Okay, averaging over about a minute, I get a 1/4 meter per second. Now let's see what happens if I move the fan a little bit further away from the window.
Window.
And a little bit of windiness outside is causing some variations, but I think it's averaging quite a bit higher. So I just tried it for a while without the fan running, and just the breeze caused some wind. Now I gotta turn
I was
back
gonna say, thankfully, okay, good. He did a control. He needs the control.
on at 1.2 meters away from the window, and it's clearly having an effect. It's just getting gustier outside, messing up all my readings.
That's
I
what
ended
a
up
bad day
taking
to
lots
test
of
this.
readings, and I graphed those, and nothing's really clear other than with the fan further away, I get more airflow. It's the next morning, and the weather is calm, so let's try again. I got my fan right up against
Multiple
the
trials.
screen, and the anemometer is turning slowly but consistently. And I do have a little bit of bumpiness, but nowhere near what I had yesterday. And for moving it back, there's a very visible step function for the wind speed. And again, a clear step in wind speed when I move the fan. I love getting clean data. Very satisfying seeing this thing go round and round smoothly, even though I don't actually have to look at it. With the fan this far from the window, I do have to be careful about getting the aim just right. Now at 1.5 meters or 5 feet from the window, I'm actually getting the best readings yet, just a little bit higher than before. I ended up going back and forth in terms of distance just so I wouldn't be biased by time, and then graphing it as a function of distance. The airspeed increased as I got further away up until
Time and distance are the same thing.
past 50 centimeters or about 2 feet. Beyond that, it stayed pretty much the same even when I went as far as 2.1 meters or 7 feet. The speed didn't drop very much. So at least for this window and this fan, optimal placement is probably about 2 feet. There's no need to go any further than that. And now testing with a box fan straight up against the window screen. And the wind speed doesn't appear to be that much higher than it was with a fan. And I tested again with it further away from the window and further and then closer again. Just
What a
moving
weird
that fan
slideshow.
closer to the screen again, you can really see a step down in wind speed. This is all somewhat counterintuitive, but the reason is the fan is throwing air out the middle of it, but towards the edges it's actually sucking in air from the front. So if that fan is straight up against the screen, it's sucking in outside air. And graphing the box fan here is right against the window, and this is 20 and 30 centimeters away from it, so more airspeed. And then this would be 90 centimeters, about 3 feet. So clearly up against the window is less good than further away. I really meant to get more readings, but then this happened.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's done. Way out of balance now. But is one
What a horrible thing.
these oscillating fans really completely ineffective at pulling air through the window? Let's put it right up against the screen.
Pulling air to pick isn't straightforward, yeah.
And that doesn't make enough wind to even move the anemometer. And that seems counterintuitive, but if you stand behind the fan like that, you really don't feel any wind, just in front of it.
Yeah, I understood what you meant. Pull.
And-
Push.
And the fan is just pulling
Pulling to
air from
push.
all sides. So why should it pull the air particularly from behind, which is why a fan like that is particularly ineffective at pulling air in from a window. And my takeaway from all this is it's always better to blow air out the window than trying to suck it in, and move that fan away from the window at least half a meter or 2 feet.
I can see this working.
But if there's even a light breeze outside,
Because you want to get rid of the stagnant
you're
air.
much better off just opening all the windows, because that'll completely swamp out what your fan can do. And the surprise conclusion from all this...
No, so downstairs, most of my windows don't have bug screens, I guess I don't know what the actual the word is called. The little mesh that goes between the window and the outside. Most of my windows downstairs don't have those, which sucks, because I'd love to have all my windows open, but that would let the cats out, and I don't want my cats to leave. Because I don't, like, even if this is a quiet road that I live on, I don't want them to be running around out there.
is that this desk fan, about 3 feet from the window, will move as much
Window?
air as this box fan in the window, even though the box fan is much larger. Of course, the box fan would do better if it's away from the window too.
Oh, that's cool. What a cool experiment that was. This is the old YouTube. Not overproduced stuff, but a normal guy having fun and doing science. Okay, buddy, calm down. These nostalgic freaks, just shut up. Make your own videos. Like, shut up. Ugh. So I hate people that write like this. Kids these days. Bug screen. You don't know what a bug screen is? A window screen is a decent name for it. I call it bug screen because it keeps the bugs out. Like, that seems to be the purpose. Actually, I should find out what the name is. Hold on. Name of window screen. Insect screen is what it's called. Also referred to as a bug screen, a fly screen, a window mesh, or fly wire. Now you know. Just a regular guy doing science. Kids these days. Kids these days. It's an ad, isn't it? Your apartment didn't have those screens and mosquitoes would ruin my night? Yeah. I think I've seen one mosquito since I moved here. Which is good.
Remember the 90s? The 90s were so much better. Everything was better in the 90s. Here is the 90s. If you don't remember, you did not have a childhood. You were not a child. You retroactively did not exist. Remember Bobby's World? It was a good show. You're too young to remember. It was a good show. We had Nintendo 64. You don't. Things were better then. Now all is lost, including hope, which is dead. We had Nintendo games, bowling alleys, pizza parties, McDonald's, skating rinks, ice cream, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Elmer's Glue, safety scissors, Tootsie Rolls, combos, swimming pools, O.J. Simpson, Green Day. We had Green Day. What do kids these days have? Nothing. The 90s are over. All that's left is despair. The day the 90s died, all joy died. This generation, they don't know. They don't know. Kids these days. Kids these days. This generation, they don't know. They missed out.
God. So I get the video description. This is like old YouTube, but for people like you don't see videos like this anymore. It's absolute pockmark because like my brother in Christ, pick up your camera, your phone, make something. Yeah, make something. Literally, just make something. We had the O.J. Simpson case. Exactly. Orange Juice Simpson. It was a good show. Now I need to know if I'm putting too much caffeine in myself. Also, I'm lagging. I might have to kill some programs in the background. I just realized that. That's annoying. Well, for now, let's just endure the lag. I need to understand why coffee is a nightmare, because, yeah. We have become the boomers. Well, the funny thing is that video existed 13 years ago. It was making fun of a very specific type of YouTuber that, you know, Mr. Beast might have killed. I do want to see all the Mr. Beast episodes at some point. I feel like that'd be such a good thing. I feel like that will be so important to do at some point.
This video was sponsored by Ren.
Coffee is without a doubt the most beloved drink here in the UK.
Well,
That's
actually,
cool.
I think you'll find there is a more superior...
Coffee is the second most used commodity in the entire world, second only to oil. And we all love that. But coffee's history, production, and chemistry are far more complex than most people think. Generally, I take a bit of a grim view on the coffee you can get from the big chain coffee houses. I probably shouldn't name any in particular, but some of my least favourite are and Al's Toy Barn. So what follows now is a short documentary I've made on how larger coffee chains generally produce
Why would you have such a boring top and the sparkliest pants ever?
their coffee. Here, come, we found some. Oh, I can't believe we found some so easily. Oh, yeah. Get that in there. This is how we sort that flavour. 10 more, please. Big coffee brands generally source their beans.
Wash his hands, it's just dirt.
Like cereal grains, in that they buy as much as they can at the lowest price possible and then blend it all together. They then patented it, packaged it, and they slapped it on a plastic lunchbox and you're selling it. You want to sell it. I just realized I dressed up as Jeff Goldblum in my last video too. I swear this is completely unintentional.
Or is Jeff Goldblum maybe dressing as you? Have you considered that? Oof, look at that lag. What is... I'm gonna crash some programs. After this video, I'm gonna crash some programs to make sure that it runs properly.
Legend tells of a 9th century Ethiopian sheep herder named Kaldi, who herded his sheep through the forest of Kaffa. He noticed one day after his sheep ate some strange berries, they were imbued with a godlike energy. Inquisitive, he too ate the berries and had the natural response.
Oh, why did I eat those berries?
Although this story is likely to be also tripe, Ethiopia is generally believed to be where coffee originated. And by the 16th century, it already
This guy looks like the same type of white person that Elon Musk is. Just like in a different skull.
spread up through Africa and the Ottoman
Sorry
Empire.
for doing phrenology.
Eventually, coffee made its way up to Europe. But as it originated from predominantly Muslim areas, the Europeans who were Christian didn't initially trust it. So, you know, no fucking change there. With Europe came the British East India Company. Oh, good. Realizing that they could make even more money off the suffering of their fellow human beings, they used their advantages to trade coffee further afield, like America and Indonesia. In the beginning, America wasn't too thrilled about the arrival of coffee because it was still too expensive to realistically come in grande size. So it went mostly unnoticed until 1770, when America held the Boston Tea Party. The event was a total failure with not enough clotted cream being served or something. And so America boycotted tea and started drinking coffee instead. Just to be clear, the Boston Tea Party was actually an American political protest, where American patriots, some of which were disguised as Native Americans, dumped tea into Boston Harbor, which caused it to become banned in America.
Man, that's terrible. All that private property just destroyed like that. I feel like crying.
And, you know, less significantly, started the American Revolution.
Pay the tax! Long live King George! You'll be back.
Following all of this, coffee eventually made its way into Mid and South America. And humans quickly realized the perfect climate to grow coffee was, in fact, the rainforest. Oh, brilliant. Okay, I'm starting to see where this is going. Maybe we should have just stuck to drinking tea.
Now see, this is what I've been saying.
You see, originally coffee was actually just grown in the shade of existing forests. And this was until the 1970s when some arsehat realized, if you grow coffee in open fields, you actually get a higher yield of coffee. Oh well, fucking say no more. Ah yes, but that can reduce biodiversity in those areas by up to 80%. Sorry, I can't hear you, I'm clearing trees. While coffee was spreading through the Americas, the Dutch were helping it to spread through Asia. And eventually the whole world was drinking it. It's just that good. Oh yeah.
I'm so far not lost.
Coffee is grown on coffee trees. Are you getting this down? Where's my note boy? There is actually a coffee tree growing in Kew Gardens, but I can't fucking find it. Coffee trees grow Coffee trees grow best in warm, humid environments, and they can grow in either the shade or the sun. When coffee is grown in the sun, large areas of forest usually need to be cleared for these new trees to grow. This means that a variety of animals will lose their habitats, and the now bare earth will eventually be scorched by the sun, ruining the soil. It's the perfect method, boys. The sun is obviously quite the source of energy, so when you grow coffee in the sun, you get a much higher yield of beans. But because these plants grow so quickly, the soil isn't able to pass on its flavor to the beans, and they're a lot blander. Due to this high yield and low flavor, sun-grown coffee can be sold a lot more cheaply. So shade-grown coffee, conversely, does produce a lower yield, but it's far richer in flavor, and it doesn't completely decimate all it comes into contact with. I'll take 100 bags of sun-grown, please. Do you trade in kitten blood? Coffee trees actually produce cherries rather than beans, and it's the seeds of these cherries that we call coffee beans. It's a little bit strange, but what can you do?
I wonder what how the fruit tastes. If the fruit's good at all. It looks like it's looks like a nightshade fruit.
The basic process of going from cherries to seeds is incredibly complex, but it's mainly about removing the layer around these seeds. Methods can vary, but the gist of it is... Ripe cherries are usually hand-picked from trees. If water is scarce, the beans are processed using the dry method. This involves spreading them out and drying them in the sun. They are then manually moved around to prevent them from spoiling. Once dry enough, they're hand moved again to be milled. This removes the cherry's outer husk, known as the exocarp, mesocarp, endocarp, magicarp, and gyarados. They are then ready to be exported as green coffee. They're called this as the beans are not yet dark in color. The beans are green. The wet method is more common and generally produces higher quality coffee beans. The wet method requires water. Someone better be getting this down. It involves first pouring the cherries into a pulper, which removes their skin and pulp. These beans are then fermented in water to remove their mucilage layer. As usual, they are agitated and processed by hand as they ferment. The beans are then sun-dried as before. Quite a few other steps are usually needed, but this is generally what happens in the exporting countries. It takes dozens of people months of constant work just to make a sack of beans like this.
In this course...
I used to work in a coffee shop, so I'm already visualizing a lot of what I'm seeing here.
If you go into the woods today, you're sure of a big surprise.
The beans are then ready to be exported to other destinations.
I don't think so. I think that the plant that grows coffee is also the plant that, or maybe... I don't know. Either coffee or chocolate, which I'm getting confused in my head right now, are illegal to grow in the United States because you can so easily convert it to cocaine.
For sale. Hi, and welcome to Making Coffee with Up Is Not Jump. Water. Beans. Compress. the next line? I can smell the orange juice. Oh, why did I do this? Oh, and it's in the pores. There's a whole world of ways to make coffee. From the siphon method, which looks like you're trying to use lab equipment to grow a fucking xenomorph, to cold brews, where you just soak the ground coffee beans in cold water until coffee is made. This table smells. Kitchen equipment is soaked in beans as well. First, procure some beans. Generally, it's best to grind your own beans because once they're ground, they lose their flavour very, very quickly. For the amount of beans and water you need to use, just follow the packaging instructions. You can get gorgeous with the amounts, but I'm gorgeous enough. For this pour-over method...
What if you asked ChatGPT to speak to you in exclusively the same way that Elsewania would talk?
You want between a medium and fine grind. What does that mean? See, mine says it. For the consistency of the ground beans, you should be looking for that of table salt. So we put in our beans, and we give our beans a good grind. Smells like burning plastic. Picking
He's
that
going
up is a
to...
bad
Yeah,
idea.
I was going to say, the weight... Okay, hold on.
So we put in our beans, and we give our beans a good grind.
So the joke here... They're grinding this. I was going to comment on this if he lasted a little bit longer in here. So he lifts it up and he starts shaking it like this. This thing is meant to be on the ground, which means that it's using the kinetic force within itself to grind up things further. But him doing this is disrupting that process, and as he points out, it smells like burning plastic.
Smells like...
Cocoa leaf is separate from cocoa and coffee. Cocoa leaves are raw material for cocaine. Okay, so chocolate is the one you're not allowed to grow in the United States. Got it.
Like burning plastic. Picking that up was a bad idea. I have procured, much to my wife's fury and strife, this Chemex coffee maker.
I hate you.
Excuse me, I use every one of these daily. So now that we have some beans, we'll open the Chemex. So this is a Chemex coffee device. I hear it's really good. I saw it on Binging with Babish and we've stolen this segment. How old is one?
You can? I have heard this differently. I believe you. I'm going to verify you. I love this. So the results I got. First result, it's not illegal. Second result, oh, here's a list of reasons why it's illegal to grow chocolate. Third reason, because the government is ridiculous. It's actually interesting. It seems like I'm not the only one who has the conception of this. Oh, but apparently, ergonomically, they can only grow in Hawaii? That's interesting. Is there child labor in your chocolate? Oh my god. Oh, cool. A list of goods and products produced by child labor or forced labor, and then it says cocoa. But also, they should probably list tomatoes and stuff, because, you know, the United States also indulges in child labor. Lurking since you're at work? Sorry about that. Cocoa leaf is a completely different plant. Okay. Maybe I need to do more research into this, because I'm pretty sure that I've heard various things. I'm seeing conflicting things in the thing that I'm looking at right here in the background. So I'm thinking that I need to look more into this. It shows me that I don't know enough.
Half twice?
Sorry for causing you to lurk.
What the fuck is that? So we insert our cone. Ladies, please, I'm married. And run some water through it. You can get kettles with a nice spout to help control the water. This is a houseplant watering can. We definitely shouldn't be drinking this coffee. We then add our coffee.
Why? Wait, why? Well, hold on. Houseplant watering can. It doesn't touch the soil if this guy's nervous about it already. That's funny.
Then pour in half the water to start. Once we've added half the water, we wait for it to drip through.
Oh my god. I'm getting a lot of different ads. What the heck is Depop? You gonna play? There you go.
For the second pour, your main goal is to push all the coffee grounds back into the center. Now that we're basically done, we're gonna get rid of our coffee grounds.
Okay,
Always compost your coffee.
That was terrible. When coffee looks like that, you've run it through twice. This was a bad filter that he just used.
Coffee, as food waste in landfills
Is it decaf?
produces large amounts of CO2. I'm not saying it again.
Drugs are your wheelhouse. I guess I'm gonna have to trust you on that.
I shouldn't drink that, it's full of plant waste. Want some?
Why is it full of plant waste? What is he talking about? Does he add chemicals to his... That's so weird.
I can put it, no, let me put it in a cup. Wait, did I spit? I think I spit back into it, you probably shouldn't drink. Remember, I was like, you shouldn't drink this. Now, as we all know, drugs are bad. Unless your government can use them to further a political or commercial agenda, then they're okay. Now, I'm told that caffeine, alcohol, and nicotine are generally fine. Taking marijuana is akin to repeatedly stabbing your mother in the eyes with a paring knife, and opioids are absolutely fine as long as they have the backing of an unscrupulous pharmaceutical chain. I'm getting political again, Benjamin. Now, the way drugs work is they generally mimic compounds that already naturally interact with the body. This is why many drugs on the market are actually derived from natural sources like plants. The chemical morphine, for example, derived from the opium poppy, is shaped like some naturally occurring endorphins that we already find in our body. The areas that are similar between these chemicals are highlighted in bold. Because these two chemicals have parts that are so similar, they can interact with the body in similar ways. In this case, both these chemicals can reduce symptoms of pain. Coffee contains many, many chemicals, but the one we all know and love that gives me cluster headaches is caffeine. Caffeine, just like morphine, mimics a naturally occurring chemical we already find in our body. And this chemical is adenosine. Now I need to learn how to pronounce this. Adenosine relates to the Krebs cycle. This fucking thing. When I was 17, I had to learn this cycle. All of it. Why? I don't fucking know. Some 80-year-old guy in a government building decided all science taught everywhere needed to be inherently shite. I hear there are a shortage of young people wanting to be scientists. I wonder why. Anyway, adenosine. It's a slight oversimplification, but the adenosine in our body generally acts to make us a little bit sleepy. Its shape and what it's made of means it can slot itself into the adenosine receptors in our body. Caffeine has a similar shape and structure to adenosine, so that means it too can fit into these sleepy receptors. But when caffeine goes into these receptors, it doesn't activate them. It doesn't make us tired. It just kind of blocks them up. The result of this is that adenosine that does make us tired can't get into these receptors anymore. So we're not going to be made tired. We're actually going to be more...
At the very least, I need to know more about the chemical, about how this works. He married Britney Spears, and he's a mediocre pop star. Got it. Maybe I do know who Kevin Federline is. If only they didn't focus so much on the thumbnail with Weird Al.
Alert. Now this kind of science is actually pretty boring, so well done at home for not killing yourself yet. The real sciencey term for all of this is that we say that caffeine is an antagonist to adenosine. Caffeine binds with adenosine receptors, blocking them. Adenosine can't get in, so we can't be made tired, and so we're fucking awake. I've taken my shoes off, I hope you don't mind. The main point of this video was to show you that the actual production of coffee is a hugely manual process. More often than not, beans are planted, grown, picked, transported, inspected, washed, fermented, and dried by hand. and even feet. We see coffee as this extremely cheap commodity, but the process of making it is actually incredibly difficult. Literally millions of workers and farmers rely on us to respect this luxury product, because that's what it is. Now this ain't like my global warming video where I asked you to go out and fucking vote. If you care about this stuff, there's varying degrees of things that you could do. The first is beans. Avoid Robusta beans, as these are usually grown in the sun. This means that they're lower in quality and are usually linked with
Well, usually it's just the brand. How are you going to identify it?
deforestation, which we don't want. Google your favorite coffee chain or provider and see what kind of beans they use. If they use Robusta, you can just switch. The second is the farmer's name. Another huge issue is farmers are not being paid fairly for the months of work they put into producing coffee beans.
I drink tea, so I have no problem
when
here.
there are all these certifications on every bag of coffee you buy. But I interviewed a pretty substantial expert on these things, and I'll just say that these certifications are not as significant as you'd think. A much better indicator of quality coffee is to find a bag that actually lists a specific farmer's name. This is the best sign that the growers are in one place or one farm and are being considered as human beings. You can even Google the farmer's name you find and learn about them. You could probably even contact them, but please only do it if you have a relevant question. And if you buy your coffee online, you can also see a picture of the bag, so you can check to see if the farmer's name's there. And if you're buying fresh coffee, all you really need to do is ask your barista, where do the beans come from? You see, the only way a coffee shop's going to know if its farmers are being treated fairly is to have a relationship with the specific people or person that it's important
Bolder
the beans
bitterness
for them.
and higher
Then if they tell you
ranch
they
soda.
don't know or they don't have that
Oh,
information at hand,
the
then
jump made me read Bransona instead of Vietnamese. For bolder bitterness and caffeine levels. Interesting. That is what they were talking about actually earlier. Someone hope you find a video essay. A YouTuber presents himself with a limited animation bordering on a rant soda and about diet soda. Because coronavirus later. I don't know how to help you find that. That sounds very specific.
coffee probably isn't that important to that specific coffee
I
shop.
personally, I didn't really watch many people that started out on COVID times.
And then if that's the case, you can just find a different coffee shop that supplies ethical beans. And finally, there's something that you and I can do together. But I'll tell you when I get home, because I don't know what it is yet.
My God.
Expedia's the
Oh God, Gemini?
Oh my, that's looking a little bit
What are they doing?
untidy at the back. He calls for a new formation. And just like that, he's got options now. Thanks to Gemini. Oh, some clinical phase there.
They're trying so hard to find a use for AI. It actually is irritating to me as somebody who is not as anti-AI as most people. But, like, it's so bad right now that I completely think we should be anti-AI. That was so stupid. You managed to hunt out a bunch of things from vague memories of the last few days.
So as well as all the things I mentioned in this video, a very big and very simple thing you can do
I will,
to improve
but you're in the middle of a video, Jumbo.
impact of your gorgeous life on this world is to reduce your carbon footprint to 0. Now, short of holding my breath for the rest of my life, this seems like an impossible task. But thanks to today's sponsor, Wren, it's actually very easy. Wren is a website where you can calculate
Oh, is this just your ad?
footprint.
It's 4 years later, so it's okay.
Then it turns the wood into biochar. Footprint and without to receive more detail carbon and the climate. Wren.
Alright, cool.
I hope you
done
all
with
enjoyed
you.
the video.
This didn't teach me anything about how this
have a
affects
nice
my body.
day.
How dare he? Yeah, no. No, I'm not telling you. No, let me be even more clear. Oh, look at this lag. Let me be more clear about my stance on AI. I think that LLMs can be useful as a sort of portable Wikipedia when you're going around. That's what they could be. Like, instead of like being connected to the internet where you need Wikipedia, it could be a quick thing on the go. I think that AI image generations are, for the most part, never as good as what humans do. Video generation is also extremely bad. I think video is worse than the images at this point. I spent a long time watching some like hilariously bad AI videos, but like most of my opinion is like that this is like the way that they present it, the way that they're trying to normalize it is like they're desperate to find something because they can't find anything that AI is actually valuable on, and they're like, please just give us money. It's like, no, you've produced no worth. Like like these are gimmicks. They're not substantial things that can actually change humanity like they're trying to say it is. So like for the most part, I would say that I am like anti-AI, but like I'm trying so hard to see a practical use case. How else will we get a movie with bad consistency? You were here for me to watch that one movie that got advertised to me, right? That cheetah movie? God, that was so dumb. When I Google keywords, I find garbage and engagement slop. That's so awful.
Welcome back to Al TV. I'm very proud to say that today we'll be speaking with
He's like built like he's really broad.
the man who has been a major force in the world of hip hop. A man who has virtually redefined the genre and brought a new urgency and intensity to the music world with his insightful lyrics and dynamic flow. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, and it's an extreme honor for me to interview the very talented... I'm sorry, man. I can't do this with a straight face. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Federline. Kevin, welcome to Al
Federline, not Federline.
TV. Thank you. I know you've been getting this question from everybody, but...
Is this shot like Space Ghost?
I have to ask you anyway. What exactly did you think of my new album, Straight Outta Linwood?
It was great.
Really? You listened to it?
Listened to it a couple of times.
And you think it's great?
It's crazy.
Okay, yeah, they're in different rooms.
Cool. Okay, well, just wanted to get that out of the way. So you really liked it, huh?
You know, that's pretty much why I'm doing this.
Oh, that's nice. Well, I'm glad you're a fan. I guess I'll have to go kind of easy on you for this interview, huh? So, when did you first realize you had absolutely no talent? Too soon? Okay, I'll work up to that one. I hear you're touring now.
I am touring, yes.
Uh-huh. Why? I mean, after 9/11 and Katrina, hasn't this country suffered enough?
You know, I just...
Aren't you concerned about the emotional scarring and widespread psychological damage that a K-Fed concert tour could inflict on this nation?
K-Fed. Another thing that's helping me remember who this guy is.
A little bit, not too much, you know.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
It's just as bad as you remember, that's funny.
I understand you recently got a new tattoo. Would you mind showing it to us? Oh, very nice. I'm just guessing here, but the F stands for what? Failure?
Doop-a-doop-doo. I also hate these truck ads. These are also... A lot of these truck ads have been using AI music lately.
That's why Chevy Silverado is #1 in manufacturer loyalty. So they can go where others won't. And always get it done.
You know what? That tattoo works on a number of levels because it could stand for both failure and effing delusional.
It was kind of perfect, you know.
Yeah, excellent choice. So, how does it feel to have made an album that's been so universally panned by the critics?
You know, I've had a lot of positive feedback from the album.
Oh, really?
You know what's weird? I feel like I'm surprised this wasn't shown in front of a live audience where people are laughing.
You mean like this review?
Yeah, I was actually just about to remark on this. This is the meanest we've ever seen him. Like, this is like him being mean-spirited even.
I would rather jam an
Because
ice...
like he usually tries to like, he's very controlling over his image. I'm not sure if you ever watched the Game Grumps version of his appearance. He like sanitized himself in a very weird way. It was off-putting to me. Felt like somebody who just like, it's like, yeah, okay. I was told I had to be here and it'd be good for what I do, but yeah, okay, I'm done. Thanks, bye. Like, it was weird. It was a weird interaction.
Repeatedly into both of my ears, then endure listening to the steaming pile of horse feces again.
Yeah, I mean, that's good to me, you know, that's...
It could be that Kevin Federline is just like an easy target.
It makes me happy that people are actually listening and that people are catching on.
So, that's a compliment to you?
That's the way I take it.
Oh, then you're a complete moron.
Exactly.
So, I guess the big question that nobody really feels like asking
Yeah, no, that's exactly what's going on.
What are your plans for the future?
I'm probably gonna pick up an inbox and put it on the back of the bus too, so I can start recording and getting ideas for the second album.
That's funny. For a moment there, I thought you said second album. Oh man, that's hilarious. Second album! Ah, you crack me up. Anyway, I understand that you actually got to make a music video for one of your songs. And if I'm not mistaken,
it is weird.
Shot it in a club.
Again, he's very controlling with his image. So like this is definitely different than the image that he has maintained for so long. Like, it's so interesting.
Can you tell us a little bit about the video?
I think if anything, we don't really know what he's actually like.
You know, we wanted to just really...
Sorry about the ad. Hold on. What is this? Avril Lavigne interview? Not sure if I would have seen. Well, Zero wasn't here for that game, so I'm gonna skip over to see this next video. Hello, cat. Hello. I'm gonna have to crash some programs. I have to. Hey, don't buy my wires. I hate ads.
This young woman, I am such a big fan. Please welcome the lovely and talented Michelle Branch.
I'm Avril Lavigne.
Okay. Avril Lavigne. Lavigne. That's a good Jewish name. You are Jewish, right? Well, mazel tov on all your success. Anyway, this is your very first time on Al TV.
I'm like totally excited.
Don't be nervous, but right now there are literally dozens of people watching you.
What?
This is like literally ripping off Space Ghost, it feels like.
What?
What do you think these cameras are for?
Yeah, what's crazy, Chris, is that the other one came from 2006. This one's from 2003.
Oh my god, cameras. Oh my god.
No, Avril. Cameras are your friends. Cameras are here to help you. Cameras good.
Cameras!
That's better. Anyway, what was it like when you first started playing live?
Even before Complicated came out and I was playing that song live, there'd be like people up on stage like that knew all the words to all my songs.
Between two ferns,
like
I can see that.
Your band?
What band?
Let's move on. You're from Canada. Is that why you write all those songs with funny-sounding words? I mean, I've spent a lot of time in Canada, and I happen to know that they speak a language that is very similar to English, but they throw in funny-sounding words now and then. Has that affected your songwriting at all?
I don't think what country I live in is
Billy Joel thing? Oh, whoa, you're right.
really gonna affect what I have to write about.
About! See, that's what I'm talking about. That's great. Give me another one.
When I was in high school, I'd like go over to my friend's house.
Ha! That's great! House! You Canadians have a different word for everything. Now, you've been called the anti-Britney. Do you think you're better
I forgot about that. My God.
Britney Spears?
I'm no better than anyone else, and no one else is any better than me.
Except for Britney Spears, right? I mean, she's hot.
Okay. Can't stress enough how annoyed I remember being like a kid in like 6th grade. I was like 11 years old, and I remember like other kids around me being talking about how they can't wait till Britney Spears is 18, and that's like we're also 11 years old, so like they're just repeating what they hear adults around them say. Yeah, I expect I'm not hitting the skip button yet.
Britney Spears isn't better than anyone else.
Oh, really? Not even Hitler? Well, let me put it this way. Are you more against Britney Spears or more against Hitler?
I'm not actually sure who I'm against, but I know I'm against... I don't know who I'm against, but I think that...
Yeah, it is uncomfortable.
Okay, I lost myself.
Anyway, I understand that you consider yourself a punk and that your roots are actually in punk music. How much did the Sex Pistols influence your sound?
She does country now,
were you
right?
inspired at all by The Clash when you were growing up? Okay, well, what's your favorite punk song?
The YMCA song.
Ah, yes, The Village People. Very punk.
Whatever.
So, Avril, do you still live in Canada?
I don't think we should take this from a guy who does polka.
Well, I literally live out of a suitcase.
Really? You literally live out of a suitcase? Literally? Every day you would go home to your suitcase, get inside your suitcase, and literally live out of your
You
suitcase.
love this show?
Man, it must have smelled awful in there.
Like crap, literally like crap.
Hey, hey,
Interesting.
Hey.
Okay, tell us, is it hard for you going through life as a midget? Or, I'm sorry, do you prefer little person?
I'm not one of those people.
Oh, my bad. I got your questions mixed up with Prince.
Whatever.
But now that I brought it up, have you ever secretly wanted to be a midget?
It feels borderline like the joke is like, hey, famous person.
I don't ever want to be one of those people.
Are you sure? Okay, now, can you just
I
ramble?
hate fun. I don't like jokes for the sake of like recognizing some famous person.
Incoherently for a while about something that nobody cares about?
And I said, this is what I have to get these kind of guys. And no one can like find the kind of guys and you're gonna connect. It's like
Great, that's perfect, thanks.
Stole my
okay,
hand.
now do your impression of one of those automatic lawn sprinkler things.
Okay, tap.
That's great, I love that.
It's the splicing. I like that. He assembled the suitcase joke out of Avril's line about is the punchline. I do. The splicing is fun. It can be fun.
What else? Oh, can you show me your tongue? Very nice. Okay, now do a stupid go-go dance. Now pound on your legs. You know what? You kind of smell like wet dog hair.
Excuse me? You do too.
Hey, you're right! I do! So what did you have for breakfast this morning?
Nachos, but I had to pick the cheese off of it.
Why don't you
We have to remember that, like, things change over time.
just hire someone to pick it off for you?
See, the thing is, the way the interview is done feels like they aren't even in the same room. Yeah, you're right. It does seem like it's not even in the same room. It's almost like, it's really interesting. It's like Space Ghost almost.
So, have you heard my new album, Poodle Hat?
Yes.
Well, what did you think?
Oh, I've peed my pants laughing so hard.
Really? Thanks.
At the same time, I think it's kind of stupid.
Okay, well, I guess musical criticism is valid from somebody who doesn't know who David Bowie is.
Oh, you think it big shit now.
Hey, Avril, who's your favorite Beatle? John Lennon?
I actually am curious about it too. Let's jump into it now that you're interested enough. Again, I need to crash this program though, because it is eating up so much RAM for some reason.
Can AI really change the way your business operates?
No.
If you stick to one AI vendor and rebuild everything to fit their systems, then yes! If you keep buying new things from them and newer things and newer things, are you getting this? You!
What? No, we have IBM. Our AI connects to the systems we already have. We're not locked into anyone.
We have IBM.
You don't have to wear the lanyard all day.
Good. Let's create smarter business. IBM.
What is that ad?
The WNBA.
Yeah, I do think that AI would make things worse.
Well, look
She's
who
dead,
it is.
Chris.
It's, you're that guy that... Oh, man, I know you. What's your name?
Billy Joel.
Willie Joe?
Billy Joel.
Isn't that kind of a weird name for a grown man?
That's my real name. You know, sorry.
Well, tell you what, do you mind if I call you Louie the Weasel-Faced Dog Boy?
No.
Great. Oh, now I know who you are. You're that We Didn't Start the Fire guy, aren't you? I love that song. Come on, sing that song for me, would you? Really belt it out. Let's hear it.
We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning.
Wow, that was intense. Oh, thank you. That was just amazing. Listen, before we really get into this interview, could you describe a well-written song for me and then stick your finger up your nose?
Yes, I think
I think we're spoiled by the ability to choose what we do.
Song is something that has a narrative.
Cool. You know, you remind me so much of Santayana.
Who's Santayana?
Bob Santayana, my plumber. Any relation? No, never mind. I know this is kind of personal, but how often do you wet your bed?
God, what a horrible question.
Come on, answer it!
During a tour, I'd say maybe 24 times.
Ew.
You know, Weird Al gives vibes of someone who has like 12 cats.
The maid has to clean that up, you know.
Displayed on TV? Oh yeah, no, I know.
Big grown man still wets his bed.
But I'm not supposed to talk about it, so let's not talk about it.
Billy wets his bed, Billy wets his bed, Billy wets his bed.
What, are you out of your mind?
But now at this point, we're all just like watching multiple things at the same time, correct?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make fun of your little problem. Maybe after a few years of therapy, you'll be able to overcome it.
Well, hopefully that's gonna happen.
Okay, a couple of real quick questions. Who do you think is smarter, Paul Simon or Art Garfunkel?
Art.
Really? You know, Paul Simon can recite the periodic table of the elements in alphabetical order.
Cool. Paul can do that?
What are you looking at? I'm over here. Okay, tell me what an iceberg is like.
Most of it is under the water.
Yeah, and?
They're heavy?
Okay, I'll accept that. What's the main reason you like Sean Penn?
Because he punches out photographers.
Fine.
Oliver and Company?
Now,
oh, okay.
name as many classical composers as you can.
Beethoven and Chopin and Liszt and Brahms and Debussy and Picasso.
Picasso? All right, the judges will accept that. Now, name as many occupations
I think this one's
as you
a little
can.
bit funnier, to be honest with you. This one feels less mean-spirited. This one just feels like, I'm going to make fun of you for saying things that I can make questions out of.
But do it in kind of a funny voice.
Plumber, carpenter, electrician, teacher, accountant.
All right, you're doing great. Now we're on to the bonus round, and the category is famous piano players. Please answer in the form of a question.
What about
Yeah, we watched two others from the more recent time period. During the time period that they were like mean-spirited comedy about celebrities was more mainstream.
Richard? How about Jerry Lee Lewis? How about Fats Domino?
They were definitely weirdly mean-spirited for Weird Al, but that's also, I want to reiterate, we have a very specific mentality of what Weird Al's image is. He's very in control of how we see him.
Excellent. You win the grand prize. This rare mint condition copy.
Like, do you have any idea what this guy's like when he's like just hanging out, just talking, just normally?
Of You Light Up My Life by Debbie Boone.
Smash it.
Okay, you're the boss. Well, we need to start wrapping this up. Let me just ask you, if you had your choice, if you could be
I
anywhere
do
in
not
the
watch his
world right
TikToks.
now,
I don't care about mainstream celebrities.
where would you be?
Sitting here doing an
I'm too much of a
interview for
hipster.
Much Music.
Oh, that's nice. Now, are there any questions you want to ask me?
When are you going to get a real job? When are you going to settle down and really seriously think about life?
Thursday. Well, Willie, that brings our little interview to a close. Thanks for coming in today.
Oh, I think I've only just started.
No, take
Yeah,
my
I'm
word for it,
anti-fun.
you're done. There's nothing left for you to do here.
I've got a lot left to do.
No, I'm afraid you don't.
I've got plenty left to do. My God.
Plenty?
Plenty.
Is Billy Joel still
now that you
alive?
mention it, before you go, would you mind taking out this garbage for me?
It's not my job.
Oh, Mr. Popstar copping an attitude. Come on, take out my trash!
I don't think I have to.
All right, buddy, you asked for it. We'll be right back.
Yeah, that was a little bit more zany. You know, Jumbo, I'm thinking about it. I think that the later ones, the more recent ones, specifically the ones we watched prior to this, it is very likely that they became more mean-spirited, not only to match up with the trends of the time period of that existed back then, but also, like, I think that it's because he hired writers, too. This might have been him writing for himself here. Yeah, it's a Space Ghost style interview. We were just talking about that. What did I copy here? Hold on, I put something on my clipboard. What is this? Oh, it's an AI thing. Right, okay, let's watch this. I think we did see that. Yes, we did watch that one. Alright. This is actually really funny. If you know anything about making AI art with air quotes, this is a great video.
Computer. Computer. Idea. Computer, do. Wait. Masterpiece. I'm a genius.
It's not wrong. You're trapped in the back rooms. That's how you used to have to prompt. Yeah, this was made 3 years ago. It's just funny though. Like, it is funny that, like, if you look into prompt, like, again, I've used ChatGPT. No, wait. I've used local LLMs. I've experimented with local generation because I want to understand how these things worked. And it was really funny in some of the manuals. They actually do say things like, make sure you write the word masterpiece. It's like, this is so stupid. That was funnier than all the Weird Al videos. I agree. But not this. Oh, okay, I've seen those, but not this one. Okay. Let's trust Jumbo on this one. You like the Federline one? I think that he was just an easy punching bag. I don't really have an opinion of that one. I think Weird Al's in way too much control of his thing. By the way, Connor, did you enjoy the Backrooms movie? Is that what you're trying to imply there? Hey, we were just talking about a broken AC.
Don't know what I'm doing. What's a manometer? Man-eater. Manometer. Let's do this.
This is what we get for typing that the central air is broken in my chat.
I can't do this anymore.
There you go, guy. Go. This is what you should do, I guess. Zero is that you should be get this fixed by contacting these guys. I feel weird that people still don't think that the stuff we type in chat matters. Is jarring in his mean-spiritedness. You did not see this interview, it might not be good. Well, thanks for the disclaimer, let's see if it's good. Is that a creature that has his name based on? I like that art. That is a really nice drawing.
Who are you? You know, a lot of people think I'm Kenny G, but I'm not. I don't play the saxophone well. I'm Al Yankovic, but you can call me Al Yankovic.
Weird Al, welcome to Richmond, British Columbia, Canada.
He told you not Weird Al.
Thank you very, very much.
Weird Al, I have a quote here from Hunter S. Thompson.
Good. Does he say something pithy and unique?
This is what Hunter S. Thompson says, and he says, when the going gets weird, the weird turn pro.
And I certainly did, didn't I?
That's what I was wondering about. What about mainstreaming of weird? Weird, look, how do you become weird these days?
You have to take it used to be a 4-year course, now it's a 5-year course to get accredited. It's a lot of work, and I don't recommend it for the timid or the meek.
Where does weird go, though? Like, where can weird go these days? Where can you take weird?
You know, weird can, has been assimilated into our society. You could be a weird belly dancer or a weird CEO, president of a multinational conglomeration. So
I don't think you guys can see it, but I see weird interlacing in this video, and it makes me wonder, like, is it intentional? Was this to save memory?
Really, weird is all over the place these days.
Well,
I agree. No, he is a good interviewer. Eric Andre is just weirdly insecure, and I feel like he needs to be more confident. Like, literally, oh god, he's like as insecure as somebody who's like, doesn't let his girlfriend leave the house because he's worried that somebody's gonna look at his girlfriend. And then his girlfriend's gonna be like, I could have it better, and then she'll leave him, and that's what he's scared of.
Jealous at all, Weird Al, because Justin Timberlake with his dick in a box routine, that won an Emmy.
As well it should have.
It should have, but that means like weird going mainstream, totally mainstream. He's scooping you, Weird Al.
Well, I don't look at it as scooping me. I look at it as me laying
This is interesting. 17 years ago, 2008.
the groundwork so Justin Timberlake can have his moment in the sun.
So, like, the weirdness is out there.
It is.
More than ever.
More than ever. I was the pioneer, just like the foundation, laying the foundation, as it were, for the rest of our weird society.
Now, when you think of weird society, you think of UFOs. Are you into the UFOs?
I just realized this is almost 20 years ago.
Depends what you mean by UFO.
What do you define a UFO?
Well, you mean like, something from Plan 9 from outer space with
the classic Roswell, Stanton T. Friedman.
Oh, yes, indeed. Well, I certainly believe they are unidentified. And they appear to be flying objects, so I think they probably are unidentified flying objects.
Because, Weird Al, UFO guys now are so strucken by this weirdness in society that they've left UFO studies.
They're strucken?
Yes, they have.
My goodness.
UFO guys now are...
I don't know what I think about the interlaced video. Chris, you know how we have an opinion on interlaced video? Because I really don't know what my opinion is. On one hand, it's like... it seems like it's not supposed to exist, but I also feel like it feels like an artifact, like JPEG compression.
Biking in Afghanistan.
That's crazy. I've always wanted to do that.
Because they gave up. They gave up the UFOs because it's not weird anymore to do the UFOs.
I got to get myself a mountain bike. What am I thinking?
Weird Al, have you interacted with any weird people at all?
Not so far in my life, but I'm looking forward to it. If you know any weird people, give them my email address.
Well, this is what I was wondering about. This particular weird person, Blowfly.
Blowfly?
What can you tell?
I used to shave his uncle.
What can you tell the people about Blowfly? He is on Weird World Record.
I haven't heard a lot of Blowfly's material, but I've heard him described as an X-rated Weird Al Yankovic.
Which I was wondering about. Would you ever do any weird parodies? Would you ever do any weird X-rated parodies, or have you done them, Weird Al?
But then people would confuse me with Blowfly, and we get confused on the street all the time. A lot of times I'd be walking down the street and people go, "Hey, Blowfly," and I go, "No, Blowfly looks like this." I bring this album cover along with me so I can show the difference. This is me. This is Blowfly, and this is Blowfly's friend.
They do have some similarities. They do. Al and Blowfly do have some similarities, don't they, Al?
Yes, less than a syllable apart.
Well, the similarities, for instance, Blowfly takes a song sitting on the dock of the
bay
and turns it into shitting on the
dock
of the
bay.
He got in big trouble from Otis Wedding's Rife, but then, believe it or not, you know what happened?
What happened to Otis Wedding's Rife?
Well, Blowfly was able to show a picture of him and Otis Redding together, and everything was, okay.
You can do anything with Photoshop these days.
So I guess what I was wondering, Weird Al, what pictures do you carry with you in case somebody gets mad about the songs you're covering?
I have to say, Weird Al is very good at coming up with things off the top of his head. Good on him on that.
Look, we're friends.
I don't carry him with me. That would be too easy. I got the Polaroids on a vault, my friend.
Weird Al,
Yeah,
Blowfly has a
he
message
didn't take the bait. Good on him on that.
for you. I contacted Blowfly, and he has a message for you.
Let's hear it right now.
This is Blowfly's message, Weird Al. Al, would you do a split single with us and finally unite the two weird parody artists?
He did not say that.
Yes, he did.
Let me see that.
He did, right there. I contacted Blowfly.
You're right.
I contacted Blowfly. So would you like to address Blowfly at all?
Blowfly, have your peeps talk to my peeps. We'll do lunch.
And weird artists will come together.
It could happen.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
Now, Weird Al, are you familiar with journals at all?
Yes. I've seen journals like this. They have a lot of paper in them.
Now, this particular journals belongs to whose journals is this?
It looks like Kurt Cobain's journals.
Kurt Cobain's journals. And if you could open up to the anointed page there, please, Weird Al. This is Kurt Cobain's private journals.
Wow. Where did you get this?
I got it at a bookstore. It's for sale. Everything's for sale.
Wow.
Now, if we could open up Kurt Cobain's journals there, Weird Al.
Post-it note.
To the post-it note, what do we see in there? I've indicated some things at the bottom. There's two things I'd like you to read there at the bottom, Weird Al.
It says,
The first thing says...
It says this is according to Kurt Cobain here. It says, Eric Clapton plays second-rate dusty blues licks. And under that it says, Weird Al Yankovic is America's modern pop rock genius. What?
You made it into his journals, Weird Al.
Oh, that's
Wow, Dead Guy's Journal. Cool.
pretty cool.
His private journals, and I was perusing...
It is an artifact, but it's necessarily... it was a necessary evil left over from the 1900s. Looked like fine on CRTs, but awful on modern screens. Yeah.
I found out about Weird Al Yankovic little tidbits right here.
Wow, Eric Clapton in your face!
At the top of the page, Weird Al right there.
Oh, yeah, look at that. It says Weird Al right there on the page.
At the top.
That's pretty cool.
So you really didn't have too much interaction with Kurt Cobain, did you?
I talked to him on the phone, and I hung out with him at a restaurant for about 35 seconds. And
what restaurant, by the way?
It was somewhere on Fairfax Avenue in Los Angeles, one of those cool restaurants. It's so hip it doesn't even have a name out front. And he was there with a bunch of people, and
I think one of my least favorite things in the world is when a place just looks like it's a normal residence, and yet you're expected to just go inside of it. I like things looking so impersonal. That's what I want when I walk into a business. I don't like places look homely.
I saw he was eating dinner there, so I didn't want to bother him, but I walked over and said, hey, Curtis, Al Yankovic, and thank you for letting me...
We lost the war, right? Yeah, but also, the war's not over yet. The thing that they currently signed is an agreement to sign an agreement later.
Do Smells Like Nirvana, and, it meant a lot to me, and I'll...
And Israel's very mad. They want us back in there. And any politician that wants us to go into the war but said nothing... There are people in politics right now that are trying to get us back into Iran, and those people are acting on behest of Israel. There's a reason they were quiet the entire time. They weren't saying anything about the president violating war privileges, but they're perfectly willing to say, no, you need to get back in there. Yeah, it's stupid.
Do anything you want me to do to show my appreciation. And he basically said, just polish my fingernails. And I did. I just polished his fingernails at their table, and he was very happy.
But now you actually have proof there in the Nirvana journals.
They're right here. Look, his actual journals.
So if people buy this, money will go to...
I don't know how I'd feel about somebody giving me the journal of somebody who died that I met for 30 seconds. And then, it's like, look, they said something positive about you. It's like, okay.
Oh, look, it says reward if found. Hey, there you go.
We're all going to make money.
Cool.
Because we're in rich.
Yes.
We're in rich.
I'm going to put this down here with the Blowfly album.
It is interesting. I'm noticing that Weird Al does feel a little strange about the book. I feel like his face turned a little bit more red when he saw this.
Go. Weird Al, here we are in Richmond, British Columbia, Canada.
Are you sure it's not Vancouver? It sure feels like Vancouver.
It is Richmond.
Okay, fine.
Do you want to see part 2? What is this, 6 seconds? Okay. Oh, it's just music. My city? You don't even know where I live.
Trucks.
Oh my god, trucks.
The truck.
You didn't see TMR about it. No, the majority report about it. Just wanted to bring it up, get a recap from me. Yeah. It's you're going to see them talk about it. So we haven't yet. So Trump. So officially, they've already done things to make so that everything's like kind of normal. Except now Iran realizes they don't need a nuke. The nuclear option is the fact that they control the Strait of Hormuz. So like, who needs a nuke when you can literally shut down trade, right? So we've already agreed to this stuff, but like Trump needs to be in person. He doesn't like the idea of like automatic signatures or like verifying via email. They want to go to Sweden together and literally sign paper physically, which is nice. I actually approve of that. I approve of physical documentation. I don't really like the idea of DocuSign. Like, I know there are people out there that are like, oh, who cares about the auto pen or whatever? Like, I don't care about that either, but I also think that, like, physically writing on things is just a better way to make sure that things are just, like, established. You don't care about Trump? Black Ops 1 and 2 are the only coming to PlayStation, and the media isn't talking about it. I know, right? It's so messed up. One of the thumbnails being Fox says something like, it's not fees, it's tolls. Oh, yeah. They're doing some weird things to try to like worm this around. We definitely lost, for the record. But also, like, I'm glad that we're taking the L. I think that's the part that I care most about. Like, I'd want them to acknowledge that we lost. I don't really care about whether or not we lost. I care about the fact that we acknowledge that we do. And right now, Trump is actually trying to distance himself. So he's the type of narcissist that will place the blame on someone else. He's currently his blame is interesting. He's blaming Israel. He's saying things like, Israel's blowing up too many apartment buildings, or Israel's killing too many civilians. He's saying this out loud right now, which is a very interesting thing for a president to say. The Bullify bit was good. Built up to the reveal. I agree. That was I felt like this was good. I do think Nardwuar is entertaining. Is he still doing things? Oh my god, he's still doing things. Look at how old he looks now. 20 years later. What's his most popular video? Tyler, the Creator. And Kendrick Lamar. There's the Eric Andre one. Wow, his hair went great. Oh, wait, what the? Oh, no, I'm an idiot. What the heck? These are really old videos. Good for him. The extended version, 5 minutes and 52 seconds. Well, that's interesting. Let me just verify something real quick. Where is it? Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. I have the Oblongs theme song stuck in my head. Do you think Connor died shortly after saying, "Hi, I'm stuck in the back rooms"? I think he died. What the heck? You better be B. You know what? This actually might be a good time to test out crashing the program that is running in the background, because it is not crashing properly. Although I have to quickly be careful. Hold on, let me make sure I can. Got to make sure I have chat visible at least when I do this crash. Oh wait, oh god dang it, I can't. I was gonna crash the program in the background. Oh wow, Mao is apparently possibly getting sued by Ethan. How nice. Unless he's doing a parody. Oh, I haven't seen this video in forever. Oh wait, did I watch this on stream? I'm putting this on my queue. I know you guys can't see what I see. Should've just voted for Batman? Yes. What did you vote for? There you go. I'll be right back real quick. I'm gonna have this play for a second. I'll be right back. I just want to make sure I have more to drink. Talk about it. Well, I was open-minded to whatever you guys wanted to talk about. That's basically what that was about. So whatever you guys wanted to talk about, that's what I was going to talk about. But I'll be right back real quick. I have to grab something.
Are y'all looking at Realtor.com with that?
Oh my god, it's Reba. Horrifying. She's using the doorbell cam.
Mortgage Bunny
Get out of here.
Can you get it? Yes, I'll buy it. Oh, straight.
Hey, can you turn on that light over there, Keith?
Yeah, butthead.
This one, thanks.
He got to think of Wayne. Huh? He got to think of Wayne. Wayne, come over here. He's 5'11". Wayne is 5'11". He's taller than Marlon, man. 5'11". Yeah.
Hey, Brandon was over here, folks, but I couldn't film because he left too soon. Now I'm stuck with these losers.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yes, it's not. Come on. Let's look at what these people are playing.
Police Quest.
I'm playing Police Quest 1.
No, it isn't.
So, you want to be a police officer?
His name's
What are you
Brian.
looking for?
You keep calling him Daryl.
Me?
His name's him.
Quit
his
insulting
name's Brian.
me. I wouldn't want to be that loser. No, I'm just kidding.
Daryl looks
that
like
guy is cool. He's like.
What are you looking for?
Like,
this one's right here.
I'm playing Police Quest 1.
This sounds real. Jump, you gotta jump.
Listen to the thunder.
Listen.
I'm playing Police Quest 1, so you want to be a police officer.
Trash officer.
Daryl has to insert disc 2 for Police Quest 1,
I just
so you
realized
want to
I
be a
know.
police officer.
Daryl,
Looks like you're electrocuted.
SWAT. Sorry about it.
I went right through him and said,
yeah, don't worry about that.
No, bitch, walk right through him.
Listen, that
How
sounds
long
real.
does it last?
So those speakers right there. Yeah, it's dying down right now. You can hear it sound.
This is quite a setup. I know you pointed out 2 computers next to each other in one room. That's pretty impressive.
Where are you going, girl? Did you attend the meeting?
Yeah.
You did? That was quick.
Those cars,
Did you get all your stuff out of the locker?
No, I didn't even. I guess I'll go back.
Hi.
You need to.
It doesn't matter.
Going earth.
You're
Move your finger. Let me
Hit
see the light
strength
is on.
1, whatever.
Move your finger, Daryl.
Don't want to do a different game?
More.
Yeah. Let's do
What are you gonna play?
What is
play,
Into
Keith?
the Eagles next? We'll do Viper. Alright.
The frame rate of that game in the cemetery having the time of their lives, and y'all can't handle 23 frames per second in Silent Hill 2 on the Steam Deck. Look, I want a PlayStation Go. That's what I would. PlayStation Portable Go.
Viper.
Viper, that's pretty good, except you don't get any sound. Well, actually, you do get.
That really sucks.
So are you gonna get one? You gonna
Yeah,
get a video?
probably, hopefully. Probably for my birthday.
Look at the big trash.
For my birthday.
Oh my god, it's trash.
These kids, by the way, these guys are really well off. They have 2 computers like this.
Amika can do better than that.
Harvest snaps. The heck is a harvest snap?
They're just
True to the matter of the Vikings.
Well, I'm gonna have to go because it's a little bit boring, and the people who are watching probably wouldn't want to sit through all this. And
Fat boy. In the back of my shirt. Go ahead.
By the way, that's the thumbnail for this video. This image right here is the thumbnail for this video.
Probably wouldn't want to sit through all this. And
Fat boy. In the back of my shirt. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm not. See.
There we go. Franklin, what are you meowing at?
The mother ass kicking,
You didn't know how to say it.
ear splitting, loudest tour on Earth. Molly Crew 89 90. And I'm wearing Molly Crew Dr. Feelgood.
Wait, turn around.
Dr. Phil.
Sit that side.
Christian.
So we got Alex Fiend, we got
What if you turned it peas into a puff snack? Oh, okay, those.
some weird thing with like knives in it.
It's a ball and chain.
Some weird thing with knives in it.
Ball and chain with teeth.
What asshole?
Knives.
I wonder if they sell this shirt. I bet they don't.
Yeah, it's Buffhead. Alright, we'll see you later.
Why is this taking so long, Pat?
Say bye, Keith. Say bye, y'all.
That's cool. And look at that. Reconnecting with the old friend after 30 years. Like, this person, like, has a bunch of videos. Oldest. Eric's Home Movies. I have a couple of home movies that I could upload. The thing is, like, with the way that data gets stolen these days, I'm just like, do I really want to upload this video and get my biometrics stolen? Or provide biometrics of people? I get it, but, like, we need to have more rights and protections against that kind of thing. Weird, they're both soy jacking. But yeah, I thought that was kind of fun. What is their most popular video? Is it the one we just watched? Nope, it's the second most popular. I don't mind these kinds of videos. I really don't. But I do feel like the obsessive nature with like nostalgia and whatnot, like it can be a problem. It like makes me nervous. I don't like people being obsessed with nostalgia. It's a dangerous thing to be obsessed with. So, Chris, what would you like to do now? You be the one who steers the direction of this ship. Since you said, dang it, I should have voted for Batman. It is a mental illness. It can get you exploited into fascism. Remember how life was before Nazi Germany lost a war? Is it worth it? If you don't like it, then by all means. I personally, my healthy snack is probably not so healthy. It's veggie straws. Retro things, yeah, right? I just watched this video. You have nostalgia for 2022? It was the best year. I have nostalgia feelings for things, but I also am consistently happy that I live in the present. Hi, Franklin. Hi. Franklin. Franklin, do you want medicine? When it comes to nostalgia, though, like I don't think I have any that like makes me wish I was in a different time period. I only ever want to live now. See a bit of the McDonald's video? Got it. Ugh. Just gave Franklin his medicine. There you go. All right. McDonald's. McDolan.
When we hit the pothole, I worried we'd be stranded for hours.
And our lives would revolve around the pothole.
He probably would. Most of my cats, I just want to be very clear, most of my cats are, like, they let you do all sorts of things to them. They let you pet their bellies. They let you look at their feet. They let you touch their feet. Like, my cats are very open-minded to that. McDonald's? Yes. Kitty paws are cute? They are. The way I'm describing sounds bad, but they are alright. It'd be amazing if you love peas and want a pea-flavored Cheeto Puff. That sounds good.
Hello, we're going to McDonald's. I have the wind mic on, so I guess it won't go.
Wow,
Okay,
a wind mic.
Here we go. Alright, good. Tilt it. Let's go. There's Cyril.
He's gonna kill him.
Wait a minute. There's nobody in here. I guess we'll just have to... Anyway, go on. Okay, we're going...
He's got one of those leather seats that burn your legs if you park in the sun.
To... Where are we going? To... McDonald's.
Yep, vlogging in the 80s.
McDonald's. See, this is the mic I'm gonna talk to y'all with.
Talk to y'all with.
See? Prepare to move.
I have like a collection of cassette tapes literally hanging on my door. Oh, you can't see because of this bag. I moved here. The cassette tapes like might have my recorded voice as like an 8-year-old. I need to actually listen to them, but I don't have a tape player. Do you sometimes sit on your chair with a coat or a cat on your laptop, on my laptop, while you slowly pet her with a cigar in your mouth, make tapping sound with your fingers, the other hand, and the rest of your chair? Are you talking about like Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget? Because yes.
Hello. And this is my microphone, which I'm using to film.
This kid is just like me.
So, we're waiting for his mother so we can go. Come this way.
I think the hardest thing about being a parent is probably being friends with your kids' friends.
Let's see. Want to take a look at the new deck? Ah, and here comes...
You think Dr. Claw is white? I guess he is.
His mother?
Unless you're talking about his behavior.
I believe.
This guy's behavior.
No sign of anything yet. I hear her voice. There's Babu.
Can you believe a house like this back then used to cost $5?
Did that yesterday. And here she is.
This is a documentary on going.
And we're now going to go eat pancakes.
Let's go.
Oh, fancy meeting you here. And let's go in.
Yeah, this is 1989.
Okay.
You know what's funny? Okay, so hold on. See how this kid is reacting right here to the camera? Making goofy face, right? I feel like this is how everyone used to act in front of cameras. But nowadays, they don't do this anymore. Because the assumption is that you're going to upload it on the internet and they don't want to embarrass themselves. So, like, they don't act this kind of, like, goofy anymore. It's kind of like a lost thing. Like, it used to be special that used to record things. Now it's just like, who cares? Where are the dinosaurs? Good question. Maybe they're at the McDonald's they're going to be visiting. Cost less than your P snack. Yeah, P favorite snack. There's less trolling also, I think. Well, that's not true. People have always prank called radio stations. They used to harass senators. They would, like, anybody, if you published your phone number, if you published your address, you'd get hate mail. Those always existed.
I'm moving things to sit down. It's a bit dark in here. Me? Yeah, I've got mine. I hope it's not sold out. We're gonna have to get that ticket. Hello.
Yeah, there is, we've become less violent because we're becoming sedated by the internet, which is a good thing in my opinion. Also, less lead in gasoline. And the people that were trained by MK Ultra are all dying.
Sometime in September you can get... I'm moving. You're moving where? I'm moving around. Oh, man. That was a workout. Okay.
Put fluoride in the water.
This is a Coke holder.
A what?
A Coke holder.
Coke holder. Not a koi body. Got it.
That's true. We have to give it Evil Dead 2. And we have to go now because, you know, we're going to McDonald's and we can't be late. And you're taking up time. Actually, you're not. So, we'll see you later.
Exactly, it prevents the leakage of water into the car.
There's that Sam's place that my dad goes. And his name is Sam too. Wow.
Is Sam's Club another name for a Walmart back then?
Or do I
I'm so glad I didn't say mullet. Otherwise, I'd be having a conspiracy theory that they heard me talk about mullets.
You could.
Hello, I'm on. And I'm in front of... Yeah, okay. This little thing.
True.
Okay, and we're coming up on...
Now we have touchscreen cars.
Just right down there. Can you show that?
Actually, it's funny. Did we not... Sorry, we had ashtrays before we had cup holders. Is that true? I feel like that's the truth, which is so funny.
Can we show that? Oh. Okay. See, as he zooms in on it. That's McDonald's right there. Hello. And we're coming up on McDonald's. See, we're in a red light, and if it, you know, we're on a red light, and we're really tired because we got to get there, and then there's nothing else to do.
Go in and eat it, or you want to bring it home?
Just go inside.
Go inside.
Go inside. Let's go inside with the door.
I have to
and bump into it. Cool. We're all cool. Okay. There's McDonald's.
I mean, ashtrays, yeah, just anywhere you can put coins.
It's right there. It's a McDonald's, and if it's not the micro machine, it's not the real thing. As we go up, okay, we're coming in on it, and it's McDonald's, the little Ronald McDonald face on the thing. I hope nobody stares at us there, because, you know, somebody comes in with a camcorder, they're all staring at you. Which they'll probably do, but then again, they're going to be on tape. We're going to watch them every day. So, you know.
This kid's improvising skills are exactly my skill level at his age.
We're coming around. This probably makes you dizzy, doesn't it? And, yeah.
Cigarette lighters are good. They you can use them to light fires.
We'll park back there.
Anything for that.
Hello. 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 I'll see you later inside, so fade out, okay? So I will see you later.
Oh, hi.
Cigarette lighter port, yeah.
And
Honestly, I would do video diaries. But I like writing too much.
and we're fixing to go inside and eat breakfast. So there's inside.
I don't know. I don't know what my current car has. I feel like they do have it still, but I don't know. They should still have it. I feel like it's a useful tool regardless of whether you smoke or not.
We are going. We're carrying. It's going everywhere but me.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And we're waiting in line. I guess I'll say I will look at the menu. Isn't that a great menu, folks?
DuckTales, who you? Okay, Boomer. Let's look at the prices.
Look at the menu.
Well, these are the healthy options. The salads and whatnot. Large French fries being $1.03 is interesting. McChicken.
Isn't that a great
Show us a cheeseburger.
menu, folks?
Apple pie. Supersized drink. 89 cents. DuckTales. Chef salad. Stop showing us salad. Show us a normal Big Mac. There it is. Big Mac, $7.65. I know that's not 7. $1.65. There you go. Big Mac, $1.65. You can never judge based on the healthy price stuff. That stuff is always expensive.
Get the DuckTales, the Woo, 2 hot cakes. One hot cake with sausage and 4 cinnamon raisin biscuits. Is this for you? Hi. We're
This kid. Oh. He's got the face of a horror movie antagonist. Isn't it interesting that people don't really look like how they used to? I feel as though this is part of the selective breeding process. Remember when you could call someone dumb by saying their GPA was lower than gas price? That's funny. That's why we just gotta use room temperature. Room temperature IQ.
We're ordering food. We're ordering more food. Still, even more food. No, because I have.
My god, they haven't changed the sound of that alarm ever.
That's very true to my likings.
He kissed the camera. By the way, can I just say that? So I was talking to yesterday and also to my mother today about how like I associated rock and roll music with being a kid, like children's music, because of Sesame Street and stuff like that. Sesame Street would play like popular rock and roll songs and whatnot. I feel like this is the average Metallica fan in 1989. Like, it's interesting, like, how, like, A lot of them were like 6th to 7th graders.
It's not on yet. Do you need two? You need one or two coats for each set of
How it feels to chew 5 gum. Stimulate your senses.
Okay.
Moana, I want to know about you.
I haven't seen this trailer yet. I don't know if I want to. Can I just say the 3D movie is fine? This is stupid that they did this.
Your hopes, your dreams.
Well, I guess I kind of jumped.
Time's up. I gotta bounce.
Okay, so she's just got normal girl voice.
Maui. Shapeshifter. You stole the heart of Tefiti and cursed the whole world. If you
Oh my god, this is exposition.
restore the heart,
Oh god, it's way too obvious that that's a lady. I'm skipping this.
everyone's
Stupid.
77. Thank you and come back. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you drinks.
There, you need one of these too.
Where's my Coke?
Huh? Huh? Here, pour this for you. Watch the water.
Wait, what the heck is that? I guess it's just free water. Styrofoam's dangerous.
Splash! I wouldn't want to do that, would I? Hi!
It's only $3.51.
Looky, folks. I have something to tell y'all. I'm a hand slicer.
A hand slicer?
Delicious. What's taking him so long? Dong! We're filming on the Sony Handycam. Dong. Isn't that cool? You're gonna have to wear a bib if you're gonna eat, okay? You're gonna have to wear a bib, okay? Take one.
Edge.
Thank you. Ooh, what's my favorite group but dead?
What about the big breakfast party?
It's crazy they grew up to be school shooters, huh?
Yes, I know.
So, I was just thinking about this. Oh. There we go. I think they, based on this, the little things on the side, I think that they used chroma key, and they used, that looks like a t-shirt. Like, they filmed it, and then they, like, removed the color from it. That's what I think is going on.
Yes, I know. Here's my other favorite group. Motley Crue.
About 10 orders on the front. Mom. We got a whole bunch of them.
We have 8 of them.
Mom,
I don't need 8. Oh, we're on. Hi. And I'm licking my fingers. sorry. Okay. Nice syrup, huh? Go ahead, macro.
Look, he's probably healthier than all of us.
Here, put it down and eat before it gets cold.
Bye. I'm eating food. Would you like some?
How romantic.
Daryl, don't do that. You're going to drip stuff all over your camcorder. It's good. We just ate it. You make it syrup all over it.
I gave you food, you took it out of your mouth and ate it. Isn't that yummy? There's outside.
Look, it's the prison for children. You remember that? I heard that these places were a nightmare to clean. So I totally understand why they took them away.
Outside.
I'm pretty sure mullets give confidence.
Because, you know, the wind might probably, well, never mind, it probably works.
It's the dog park.
No!
Protect your pet with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Ooh, that's rough. At least with Safe Light, you can get that fixed.
Shut up. I got it. If I had a friend that, like, spoke to me as though he was, like, advertising to me, I'd stop being that person's friend. You hate dog parks? Why? Is it because you don't have a dog? Well, you mess with the dogs. Well, she's just far ahead of them, isn't she? Like, I'm going home.
Hey, people that are watching TV, you might as well go outside because it feels really nice. Once you're here, just jump in the TV. It feels very good. Jump in the TV. Jump in the TV.
Boo-skidoo, we can too.
It's like ride the desk, and then jump in the TV.
Yeah, you're right. I went to the vet today, and as I was leaving, this one woman came in with a dog that was just like super energetic. He was a big dog, by the way, and like he was like bouncing around. He's like super excited. He looked like he just wanted to like lick everyone's faces up. Big dog, big friendly dog. But like I felt like they were too excited. And I'm like, I'm not gonna look at the dog because that's gonna make them even more hyperactive and excited. My mother instead chose to do the opposite and tried to engage with the dog, which made them even more aggressively excited. And I'm like, this is just don't do that. And she then said, she like asked, can I pet him? I'm like, are you paying attention? This dog is like all over the place. And my God, it's just way too riled up. Exactly. I personally, I like dogs. I don't know if I know how to raise them properly. Some people are really good at them, but like I feel like I'm not.
Coca holder, please. Was there one like that on the books that you wrote? Jump into something. Did you hear what I just asked you? Yeah. Put on your weird belts.
No, I said pass me a Coke holder.
Oh, really? Really? Okay. Well, we had that on tape, so we can rewind it and see if you really said that or not.
I really did.
Well, we're gonna prove it. There. Daryl doing his dastardly deed.
I really did forget about those weird cup holders.
Dastardly. It was a good deed, folks.
watching the end of Jaws, which I started watching last night,
No, we want to
then
see.
you can watch Bill and Ted.
I want to see Evil Dead 2.
You've already seen it.
Yeah, it's the greatest movie. It's my favorite movie right now.
Evil Dead 2. Greatest movie out right now.
Believe me, you will really like Bill and Ted. It's real cute.
Why are you forcing me to watch TV?
Because you and Daryl are Bill and Ted. That's who you are.
Yes.
We are.
Walk around doing heavy metal videos and playing guitars that you don't have, you know.
Playing guitars you don't have.
You both hate history and you both flunk history. I mean, y'all are Bill and Ted.
The only part is we don't get to go back in time and save people.
See, let me ask you some questions, Eric. Do you like water slides?
Do I like water slides? Yeah, they're cool.
Okay. Do you like beautiful princesses who are about your age?
Okay, interesting disclaimer.
Yeah.
Do you like heavy metal?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to like Bill and Ted's. You like Napoleon?
No.
You don't like Napoleon. How about Napoleon on a water slide?
Napoleon.
I think the interesting thing about this is that it really is built like it's structured like a narrative, isn't it? Like these videos are really good because like you get an interesting and get an introduction to these characters. You see them like waiting for their food, and then like this it's all culminating in them watching Bill and Ted.
Water slide. Sure.
You just have to watch the movie and see.
I also like, well, you do too, Eric, like Iron Maiden. Yeah, they're cool.
I like Iron Maiden.
We just got home from McDonald's. And we
Yeah,
had
it
some
is,
time
isn't it?
Had to eat, and it went down here. And it was very nice. And I guess
These kids are posers. Do you think they've even been to a Metallica concert? Probably. That'd be so funny.
this will be bing, the end of the trip with Eric and Daryl. Bye bye.
Revisiting the same McDonald's 33 years later. Funny. Fade to white. Well, that's a pretty fun video.
As parents?
Stop. No.
Hello. We're going to
come
McDonald's.
on.
I have the wind mic on, so I guess it won't go.
Okay, so this is literally about these two. Interesting. That's pretty cool. Good on them for having such a pretty successful channel. Are these like AI versions of himself, do you think? Or did he just have a habit of taking pictures of himself with like a screen back there? Metallica video. It's definitely very interesting stuff. Okay, good. They do seem a little too planned for thumbnails. Would it be funny if this was all just like a setup? Obviously, this is him as an adult. But, like, this is really strange. He's like, so like he's doing facial expressions that were like known for like the 90s. I'm just skimming. I'm not watching this.
All right, today we're going to review one of the albums that...
Cool, man.
Welcome to the Jungle.
Shut up.
The rest of the album was a little bit older as well.
Okay, no backstory with these. I think these ones, like, I feel like this has got to be AI, but I really don't know. Maybe he did actually take pictures like this. That also looks like an AI image right here. Like, is that supposed to be him and his friend? Even though his friend was taller than him? Yeah, I finally got a better camera. Can you believe it? Well. Where is... Metalhead teens with puppies. Ugh. I was thinking about the guy who does videos about growing up with video games. I wonder what he's gonna do when he's run out of videos. Review the old videos. That's a good question, though. I don't know what that guy's name is. I think that's what these guys reminded me of, to be honest. I'm getting a bunch of nostalgia slop on my... I'm looking at my main homepage right now. Courtesy of Jumbo, I've had a lot of unhinged videos, so like I'm currently not exposing you guys to it. My brother's a fan of the Report of the Week, but I know nothing about them. Why did the 2000s look that way? I need to be careful when I sit still or say nothing for too long. You guys will start thinking that I'm dead or the stream died. So I need to make sure that I keep talking so that doesn't happen. I just need to keep talking over and over and over again. That's it. It doesn't matter. Let's see. Older brother core? Gross. I am still here. Isn't that incredible? I sit still too long. When I'm focusing, I don't move hardly at all. Ah! Sorry, some of the video suggestions are actually genuinely unhinged. Oh my god. Alright, People talking about the Donald Trump UFC event. I actually don't care. Dead Space 3 is finally on sale on Steam. Excellent. I have only played the first game. I think I played a little bit of the second game, but I think I liked how Dead Space 1 ended, and I didn't really want any sequels. That's usually what happens. Like, if I like how a game ended, I'm like, alright, I don't need anything else. I also don't like that I'm getting a bunch of Weird Al Yankovic suggestions now. Why is that being suggested to me? You know what? I'm gonna go over here. Let's see this. Sorry, I don't think I played the first one until they brought me into EA to play Dead Space 2. Oh, that's interesting. Alright. I kind of want to see a Computer Chronicles episode. Kinda. I might game too. But I might not. We'll see. Let's see. Let's see this Windows apps thing. They make you fill out the survey, and, if you're a good fit for the game they're testing, and I think they like that I had played a lot of Resident Evil. Probably. I could see that. That could work. I recently applied to something, and they said I'd be a better fit for a different thing, but I disagree. I think my personality didn't shine through enough.
It's not often that a new software product gets its own entire section in a computer store, but that's exactly what's happened with Windows 3.0. It's become the new standard operating environment in the PC world.
I gave my brother... No, I gave Amy a computer for her to use. I wonder if I can get it back from her. Because I kind of want to get myself, like, just a business computer.
So big-time software vendors from Lotus to WordPerfect are having to come out with new versions of their best-selling titles redesigned especially for Windows. Today we'll take a look at yet another new generation of PC software for Windows, on this edition of the Computer Chronicles.
Do you think he's in Target? There's a lot of red signs.
Computer Chronicles is
made
possible in part by the Software Publishers Association, which reminds you it's a federal offense to copy software.
Oh, no!
by PC Connection and Mac Connection, and by Byte Magazine, and Bix, the Byte Information Exchange.
I feel like there's got to be... Yeah, we do have tech review channels. These days they feel too much like just YouTubers.
Welcome to the Computer Chronicles. I'm Stuart Chaffee, and with me this week is Tim Baharin, Executive Vice President of Creative Strategies, and one of the most oft-quoted experts in the field here. Tim, virtually every software vendor is trying to come out with Windows versions of products for the PC. Now, Spinnaker is no exception. This is the new PFS version, PFS WindowWorks, and as you can see, it really does take advantage of Windows. We're looking at a spreadsheet, a chart, and a word processor at the same time, and I'll show you, for example, if I change the value in that one particular cell, I can go over here and click on the chart, and of course it reflects the change in the value there. I can go click on the word processor document. The chart which I imported does the same thing. Also, I can easily go over here. Let's go back to chart. Say I've decided I want a pie chart instead. I go up here, just simply go to type. Go over here and say, let's pick exploded pie.
God, look at that delay.
Boom, and there in the chart, I've got my different. I go back to the word processor, simply click on the chart over there and it changes. Real nice use of
We're really spoiled.
Like this kind of integrated package.
It is really cramped, yeah. Like you're gonna... This is one window. 640 by 480 probably.
Windows has become the de facto operating standard, obviously, on the PC, and it seems odd, really, about a year or so ago when it first came out. I mean, people were joking about the fact you bought Windows to play Solitaire or Reversi. Yeah, now everyone's using it. Microsoft has sold over 4 million copies of the thing. Why has it succeeded so well?
Well, we're in the PC arena.
It's because you can play Doom.
We have been wanting something that allows our software to be easier to use for a long time. You know, from the early days, all we had was DOS and character-based interfaces. Well, Windows gave us the proper approach towards graphical interfaces in the same way Apple did with the Mac interface. But it really has only taken off now that we start to get applications such as this particular product, the PFS WindowWorks, and Excel and others that are starting to come out that really take advantage of Windows and make the software application real easy to use.
Tim, today we're going to look at several new Windows applications, 6 of them in fact, including the new WordPerfect for Windows, the new Lotus 123 for Windows. Now, if you are working in the Windows environment, you don't only need new off-the-shelf programs, you want to be able to design new applications on your own. And there are 2 new products that let you do that, and one of them is Object Vision from Borland.
You had a jump scare when he blew something into your backyard. That's funny. He asked him why is Windows so successful, and the implication that they had was the business software. But I paused it and said, well, you can play Doom on it, because it was the most downloaded software available at that time.
Charles Schwab recently held a company event to familiarize corporate managers with each other's departments. The finance division decided to use a computer to design a trivia game that would educate other managers about the company's finance capabilities.
Doom, yeah. Doom is a 10 out of 10 game, like, for sure. Like, there is no denial on that one.
We were creative. At the same time, show that we had technologically advanced techniques in the division, because some people view finance as not having that advanced capabilities.
Project leader Marianne Hewitt wanted a user-friendly interface and decided to use Object Vision for the application.
I don't know of any other product that we could have used. We did consider Visual Basic, but we thought that would require too much programming, and we didn't really have the time to invest. You know, we had a 6-week lead time before the meeting to put something together, and it would have been a little too hard and too much work and too technical, and that's not what we wanted. And I don't know that we could have done it outside Windows and had it work this nicely.
The game features a main menu with 5 categories to choose from. Each game contains multiple choice questions. Object Vision's tools allowed Hewitt to
design... Can I see that error message again? Hold on. Money matters. Interest income, held Schwab account are... Okay, so this is... One of these answers ain't like the other. Hold on. Fully... I don't know what word that is. It's hard for me to see. But this says corrupt, corrupt, corrupt. Corrupt from federal taxes. Corrupt from state laws. Corrupt from state and federal laws. And then this one's like, doesn't say corrupt. And when they choose the not corrupt one, or...
Game contains multiple choice...
Okay, chose B. Sorry, try again. How is this a game? It's propaganda.
Questions. Object Vision's tools allowed Hewitt to design a form for each game screen. The play action is controlled by decision trees. Hewitt says Object Vision's simple interface made the programming easy.
I was amazed at how fast you could develop a good-looking application in a short period of time, and how easy it was to change it. You know, when I developed
Propaganda.
a game, and I'd go show it to the task force and the vice presidents and say, what do you think? And they'd say, well, can you change this, and can you move this a little? You know, they were real concerned about the aesthetics and how it looked, and I could make those changes instantly so that they could see if they liked it or not.
For the Computer Chronicles, I'm Maria Gabriel.
You know, okay, this is something that's missing. You know what's missing in YouTube videos that would be a nice fix? I know a lot of people would skim through it.
Gabriel.
This, right here. A nice little thing says, coming up next. In this thing, in this section. They could even have, like, you could put an advertiser spot right here. Like, maybe even, like, put in the thing says, remember, put in the keyword this to get 50% off of that. Yeah, it was pretty hard to read.
No sooner does a company come out with version X of something when along comes a third-party vendor who brings...
I'm sorry, did you get interrupted?
No sooner does a company come out with version X of something when along comes a third-party vendor who brings out what is this?
What's talking over him?
Does a company come out with version X of something when along comes a third-party vendor who...
Is that supposed to be, what the heck?
No sooner does a company come out with version X of something when along comes a third-party vendor who...
By something software. Was that their own audio they meant to cut out? Or maybe insert earlier, but they actually did it while he's talking?
No sooner...
My god, an actual error.
Does a company come out with version X of something when along comes a third-party vendor who brings...
Central Point Software.
Out what is essentially version X+1, improving on the original. Peter Norton's done that under the Symantec label now with the Norton Desktop for Windows. And here to show it off is JJ Schock of Symantec. Also with us, Michael Harvey of Microsoft, who will show us the Solution Series for Windows. Tim?
Windows already has a...
I read that incorrectly, but I'm glad that it still says the same thing. I thought you said... He later had a staffer killed for that error, but making it seem like he did it himself personally is probably a better way to phrase it.
Desktop, but you guys felt that you needed more?
Well, let me show you actually. Here's Microsoft's Program Manager. I'm going to exit out of there, and behind there is the Norton Desktop. Notice
okay, hold on. So I'm doing a little phrenology here. I'm changing this guy's hairstyle to see how he would look like if you teleported him today. And I just feel like he's a guy who like wears a sweatshirt. Maybe it's just a white sweatshirt, maybe a hoodie. But like I don't feel like this kind of person just like doesn't exist right now.
I'm going to exit out of there, and behind there is the Norton Desktop. Notice we've retained all the groups that you had in your Program Manager, but there's also some drive icons.
Oh god, I forgot Clipboard used to be a separate app. I just remembered that. Oh, that was weird.
That you can click on. There's also tools on the bottom: Viewer, Backup, Printer, and also a Smart Erase where you can erase and unerase. One of the things that we've added is that you can actually take something out of a Program Manager group and lay it right on the desktop. You can also have groups within groups and have password control too. Also, if you click on a drive, navigating is very easy. Notice the File Manager is right there on the desktop along with the Program Manager groups. Let me find the samples.
Oh yeah. I like that too. Linux is such a nice operating system. Like I know there's different versions of it everywhere, but like I've been experimenting all sorts of different ones, and they're all great. I'm experimenting with Fedora Workstation, which is basically it's Fedora, but it operates on your flash drive. It also embeds itself in the graphics card and whatnot. I want it to only work on my flash drive, but I guess I'm just gonna have to figure out how to wait. Long story short, I'm trying to make my Fossa Pup bootable from a secured boot. Fedora the Explorer, exactly.
It's just a matter of typing it, and finding it. You can also drag files right out of a file list onto
Oh
the
my
desktop.
God.
Just the same sort of way.
Wait, no, that's System 32. Don't do it.
Also added a view pane, so you can quickly view files to see what they are. We can also drag several files.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Fun.bmp. What do you think it is? If you're going to say Thunder, you're wrong because it's actually, that's lightning, technically. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that load. I love it.
We can also drag several files
At one time?
at one time right into a different viewer engine that lets you view multiple files at the same time.
Oh boy, look at
They
that.
also allow you to tile them.
Right, see them side by side.
So you can see them side by side, and also with graphics files, you can double click to see the whole graphic file within a certain size.
Oh, that's so cool. Look at that. Look at that resolution.
Something else we've done is allowed you to easily copy files to other drives or other directories. Just simply grab the file and drag it to that icon. That's
Does
all
it
it
move
is.
it or copy it?
Or groups of files, or actually
God,
multiple
the delay of it, like, hold on, let me just...
that icon.
So he dragged the icon from here, he dragged it to here, and then watch what happens.
That's all it is.
And he's like, all right, I released, I'm going to move my mouse over here. It's still attached to that mouse because it's still lagging so much. Also, I forgot about the A drive. I think A drive is floppy. No, B drive is floppy disk. A is the bigger version of the floppy disk. I forget what it's called. Yeah, the larger floppy.
Or groups of
I
files.
guess they're
or
both called
actually
floppy, huh?
multiple directories. If you want to mark several directories, you can drag that whole tree
Oh my God,
to
man.
another drive.
Careful.
It actually copies it and moves it right to that drive. Something else we've done is we've included...
My God, it's actually really crazy. My Raspberry Pi on my desk has more computing power than this thing right here. That's incredible.
the complete Norton backup for Windows in this product. You can start a backup just by grabbing a drive icon, for example, and dragging it to the backup tool. And it'll start backing up your whole drive C in the background.
It's actually funny. The way I use my computer, I treat it like a media storage, basically. Like, it's a gaming machine, it's a media storage. I don't think I have any business sense for computers. Like, I'll blog and stuff like that, and I'll write things, like, compulsively. And maybe I'll script things, but it's for more media. I'll make a game. It is really interesting to think about, like, how people, like, use computers then and now. My phone probably should have more power than any of the computers shown on the screen. Oh yeah, no, I definitely believe that.
A file and simply drag it to the printer tool to start printing it. It'll load.
Much easier to use, isn't it?
Much easier. Finally, if you want to erase a file, you can just simply drag it to the Smart Erase tool.
Smart Erase? Before they call it recycle bin.
And getting it back is just a matter of double-clicking on that, finding the file, and pressing the Unerase button. It's the easiest unerase yet that we've produced.
Okay.
Finally, we have a bunch of tools.
I love that. Okay, yeah.
Besides data recovery tools, an icon editor, a system information program, you can now see the performance of your computer in a graphic format.
Zoom out, I need to see it. Get rid of the subtitles. XT-AT Compact 2 Ti.
Very nice.
Your system. Processor benchmarks.
JJ, thanks a lot. Michael, let's turn now to the Solution Series from Microsoft. That's not one product, though. It's 3 separate products, isn't it?
That's right. There's 3 brand new applications from Microsoft.
Welcome home.
They're targeted at
oh my
the
God,
small
it's Charlie Kirk.
business and home market. The products are Microsoft Works for Windows, which is a that's right.
On a normal size head.
Functionality, database, spreadsheet, word processing, charting and drawing, all the tools that a small business would need to run a growing business.
Okay.
Microsoft Publisher, which is an entry-level desktop publishing product, and Microsoft Money. Let's take a quick look at Microsoft Money. You'll notice.
I have a question, Chris. Did you know who Charlie Kirk was before Charlie Kirk died? I know that, like, I kind of actively avoid being too in the nerdy area with politics when you're on stream, but, like, I am curious. Did you know who he was beforehand or no? Like the Kirk edits where someone, his face occupies 10% of his head. Yeah, that is a pretty funny one. My favorite thing, I love the trend of Kirkifying things. One of my favorite, like one of the first Kirkified things that I thought was hilarious. Somebody took a picture of themselves taking their fursuit mask off, and their real life face was underneath, and they replaced their own face with Charlie Kirk's face. Genuinely hilarious stuff.
As we look at this, that it's very intuitive for the user to use. We're looking at something that looks like a check. The other frequently used way of interacting with this product is with something that looks like a checkbook register. Right. The user is simply able to type in data and organize their financial files very easily.
It's not accounting, this is personal finance, isn't it?
That's correct. It's based on a checkbook.
You heard him, wasn't super familiar with him. I don't think I would have differentiated him from him or that other Nazi guy. Yeah, Nick Fuentes probably. Yeah, I mean, he was definitely a Christian nationalist, so, like, comparing him to a Nazi is really, there's not much difference there. He would have loved these memes. Hope he could get a good view from down there.
Although a small business, many small businesses run their business off a checkbook.
Yeah, the part that's crazy is that I knew who you were talking about, Chris.
Product in the Windows environment.
It is very similar to the Quicken product, yes. Let's go ahead and look at Microsoft Publisher then, which, as I mentioned, is an entry-level desktop publishing software.
It is?
It is. And what we're looking at right now is a fairly rich document that has lots of text and graphic elements on it, and shows sort of some of the features that the publisher can bring to bear to allow a user to create very professional-looking documents. Now, you might be asking, well, this is Microsoft. Of course, it's going to be easy for them to create a great-looking document. Let's show how a new user might actually get to work with this product right away. Both Works and Publisher feature something called wizards. And what a wizard is, it's like having a graphic designer, in this case, right in the box with you. For example, 60...
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever used a wizard. Ever. I think I always use templates or a blank page. I don't think I've ever actually tried wizards.
% of our small business users want to create newsletters. So we've incorporated a page wizard that allows them to very quickly create a newsletter and create one that is going to be...
Wow. What was the processing on that animation?
Very quickly create a newsletter.
Watch out, it's coming!
Be very, very professional looking.
And Wizards basically gives you an outline and gives you choices.
Exactly. In fact, what it's doing now is it's going to step us through a series of questions. For example, what style of newsletter do we want? We can see the little click and see preview over here showing us what our choices are going to look like. So for example, if we want to change the number of columns, it tells us 4 columns is a flexible layout, so we can go ahead and use that. And we step through, we can input what...
I was actually looking at Jack Chick comics recently. Jack Chick is he died recently actually, absolute maniac in terms of like Christian authoritarianism and whatnot. And he made little booklets. I wanted to see how I could print them out myself if I was to make something that was like simple and easy to read. It's actually not as hard as I thought it would be. And I might do my own version of Jack Chick comics at some point, maybe, but like for like personal use, just like just having media on the go. I'm so worried about an era where we don't have access to things like electricity.
Title of our newsletter is going to be whether we'll be printing front and back, how many pages that will be in there.
Just asking you a series of questions rather than you having to figure out what to do.
It's like having a meeting with your graphics department. And so now it tells us that it's ready to go ahead and create this document. And
based on the answers you gave.
Exactly. So what we'll see happening is the wizard will actually be running Publisher in the background here, and we'll be creating those elements as I specified. And we can actually use this as a tutorial tool, because here at the bottom of the screen, I'm able to slow up or speed down.
We're really watching an automated desktop publisher.
That's exactly right. And so if we wanted to slow this down, it would tell us I am now creating a text frame, or I'm now inputting text into that frame. And whatever we do, this is going to allow us to create a great looking document. So even if we don't have any design expertise, we'll be able to do that.
It is. This is like slow enough that I feel like it makes sense that people would hit their monitors out of frustration.
Particular products, all three of them, tend to be focusing right on the low end or the small business side of the market?
Yes, that's correct. If you think about it, Microsoft's corporate vision is a computer in every home and on every desktop. And so now that we're seeing Windows selling in large quantities and very powerful hardware becoming inexpensive, we're actually starting to see products like this that now capitalize on that vision. So we hope that this will happen.
Which is by far a much more advanced tactic thing.
Clicking away there.
Yes, that's right.
Putting together your newsletter.
And so this process probably takes anywhere from 30 seconds because we've got a fairly complex newsletter up to a minute or so, and that's what we're seeing going on now. And when it's done, we'll be ready to, for example, import some text from a Works document that we might have created.
Michael, thank you very much. We're out of time, and I think we have...
He interrupted him. I'm going to hear it again.
Text from a Works document that we might have created.
Michael, thank you very much. We're out of time, and I think we have our finished document there. Right. All right, earlier we looked at Borland's Object Vision being used to develop customized Windows applications, but Microsoft has come out with its own Windows development package called Visual Basic. Here's a look at it.
Visual Basic.
When computer programmers at PG&E needed to create a program to help them sift through a mountain of financial data, they turned to Visual Basic, the powerful graphical application development program from Microsoft for Windows 3.0. But unlike some more complicated development kits for Windows, programming with Visual Basic can be broken down into 3 simple steps.
Basic components to create.
It's funny, like, if you use WordPad or Microsoft Word or whatever the heck they call it right now, and you put an image in the middle of the document and you try to drag it around, it messes up your entire document still. Like, that has never changed.
A Visual Basic application are creating the forms and designs, then filling in whatever code is behind it, and then testing and running the application and making any modifications.
Yeah, even Google Docs.
That is, without writing any code, a programmer can visually create the interface components of an application, like command buttons and text fields, by simply dragging them from a toolbox onto a window. Writing code only comes into the picture when you want to add functionality to those interface components.
When we want to create a more complex reaction to a particular event, perhaps pressing of a key, or clicking of the mouse button, moving the mouse, etc., we do then need to go ahead and do some programming.
Visual Basic also lets the user communicate and exchange data with other Windows applications. In this case, the PG&E application was programmed to dump the requested financial data from the database into Excel. PG&E says they can now have relevant financial information at their fingertips quickly and effortlessly, thanks to the new Windows application they developed using Visual Basic. For the Computer Chronicles, I'm Maria Gabriel.
Maria Gabriel.
The 2 most widely used applications on the PC are WordPerfect and Lotus 1-2-3. So when Windows took hold, both WordPerfect and Lotus had to adapt. And here to show us the new Windows versions of their products are Paul Strobe of Lotus and Devin Durant of WordPerfect. Tim?
Devin, one of the things that's very important to users of either WordPerfect or Lotus is the fact that they've already learned keystrokes. How do they handle keystrokes in a Windows environment?
You're right, Tim. That is important. And what we're going to do with WordPerfect
for
Windows is
Tim.
provide 2 keyboards. One will be CUA compliant, one will be WordPerfect 5.1 for DOS compliant, making the transition smooth. We've also gone to great lengths to preserve the file formats between the DOS product and the Windows product. No need for file conversion. We want to make that transition very smooth for our users.
What about Lotus? Yeah.
Well,
it is like St. Patrick's Day. Everyone's Irish, everyone's gay.
People who know 1-2-3 around the world, and they know it, and they have lots of files, and they want to bring those files into the Windows environment. With 1-2-3 for Windows, we've made sure that the files, the styles that they have, the spreadsheet publishing capabilities, the macro capabilities that they have in earlier versions of 1-2-3, all come forward automatically. No change is required. When you press the slash, up pops the 1-2-3 classic command.
Sure.
This is everything you've ever learned in 1-2-3. All the keystrokes that you have in the 1-2-3 product everything you've ever done, /range format, /file retrieve, /quit, /worksheet global default, other international clock. They all work.
This is just Excel, right?
It's also important that we wanted to make 123 for Windows truly Windows. As Devin mentioned, the ability to have the CUA compliance. There's a big consistency factor in moving to a Windows environment. We wanted to make sure that 123 for Windows is a good citizen in that environment with the right menu choices, the right design. Primarily, we've done that through designing a menu choice, working with customers. And also customers have said to make 123 for Windows better, make it really exploit the Windows environment.
All right, show us what it does.
One thing we've added with 123 is we've added the smart icons. The smart icons are a set of buttons or functionality behind buttons that we've added to 123 and to our other Windows applications from Lotus that allow you to do things instead of going through a menu or a dialog box, like opening a file, closing a file, print, preview, scissors for cutting.
Open, close, interesting.
If I don't know what these pictures do, I can point to them, and at the top of the screen, you notice that I have the words to tell me exactly what these things do.
That's good. That's a nice feature.
An example of how these types of smart icons can work. Put my cursor underneath the column of numbers and click on a button we call Smart Sum. It adds up the column of numbers. Put it next to a row. It adds up the row of numbers.
It knows it's a row.
The reason we call our icons smart icons, though, is that they're context sensitive. So when I highlight both the columns and the rows, with one click, it adds up both the columns and the rows. Icons figure out where you are when you click them and then do the appropriate thing based on that. Smart icons are also very useful for doing formatting operations, for making.
I kind of wish that I did more with Excel.
Italic.
I was trained fully on that.
We also have under smart icons a customizability that you can take these icons and make them float anywhere you want to on the screen, give your own set of tools. Plus, we have the ability to customize our icon.
Yeah, I do know the song "You Are Dead." Heard that in Germa's playing. Had no idea what it's playing from. Oh, what is it called? I would call it Total Devastation. What is the actual name of it? Hold on. Total Distortion. It's from Total Distortion. That's the game he was playing.
By combining a large number.
You thought you were hot. Guess what? You're not.
Of what we call factory supplied or standard
Game
icons.
looked awful? How dare you?
Custom icons. Pictures that you can create.
I'll take none of this from someone who only likes shooter games.
yourself in Windows, and then attach to those pictures any macros, any functionality, any set of keystrokes that you wish, and create your own palette that makes sense for you. So with the smart icons, we have a much more active user interface and create a product that's not only better, but also easier to use and a lot more fun.
It's better and a lot more fun.
More graphical.
Paul, we got about a minute left, so use some of these buttons and show us how you'd make a fancy sheet there.
Just some of the things we can do for 123 for Windows. We can cycle through available text colors on text, as you can see as I'm doing there, background colors. We've provided to our Windows users Adobe Type Manager to give us true compatibility of
shooter games. Life is Strange. Let's combine the two and make a school shooter game.
Fonts across the entire Windows environment. One click to make a drop shadow. Also, one thing people wanted in 123 for Windows was better graphing and better charting capabilities. So with 123 for Windows, I highlight what I want, click the chart button, and now I have a new set of tools on my Smart Icon palette for graphics. Click once to go to a bar chart, to go to a 3D line chart, or even go to a graph gallery, which gives me the ability to pick visually what I want. Okay. Finish this chart off by doing some annotation, adding an arrow, and then fully controlling how that works and how that looks.
Very nice.
Going back just to finish this off.
Put that back inside your spreadsheet.
Put that right back inside the spreadsheet, exactly.
Oh, really?
Highlight an area there, and add that graph directly back to the sheet.
Very nice.
And now I'm ready to preview this off and print it in any number of ways. Okay, there's the graph itself.
Right.
And I want to highlight the entire sheet, and say preview.
And in the same way, you could be doing a little fancier formatting behind those numbers and colors and bolds and so on.
We give the ability to make your spreadsheet look good, but it's more than just a pretty spreadsheet. We brought forward a lot of technologies from our earlier versions of 123. A true three-dimensional spreadsheet environment gives us the ability to make our spreadsheets look good and to make it
like
look
this
easily.
guy's a politician, I wouldn't trust him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a different 1, 2, 3. All right, we want to turn now to WordPerfect.
Yeah, that's a 1, 2, 3.
What kinds of changes are there in WordPerfect? As Tim mentioned, we're used to using WordPerfect the old way. How do you use it in Windows?
Well, we've taken the power that was available in WordPerfect 5.1 for DOS, taken it into a Windows environment. We want to make the product easy to use, a powerful product. If you look at this document, a WordPerfect for Windows document, you'll notice now you're seeing your graphic image on screen. Large fonts are clearly visible. Graphic lines are displayed on screen.
Yeah.
What you see on screen now is what you're going to get at your printer. What I'd like to do
He's
is
probably
go ahead
only
and grab
20 years
a
old.
second document. We're going to allow you to have up to 9 different documents open in WordPerfect for Windows. From here, I want to pull up and display what we're calling our button bar. The button bar, what it is, it allows you to attach any menu item or macro to a button displayed on screen, making different, accessing different commands very easy in WordPerfect for Windows. So what I want to do is start with this text file and let's turn this into a newsletter with a professional look. So from here, we'll go ahead and just select WordPerfect for Windows. Let me grab that again. And with the click of a button, I can add an extra large attribute
Oh
to that
my
text.
God.
Now you'll notice here we've got a spacing problem between the W and the O. Let's do some manual kerning. And we'll go to our typeset dialog box. From here, with the click of a down arrow, we can drop that O right underneath the W and give it that professional look. Now the next thing I want to do here is with the word WordPerfect, I need a registered trademark symbol. So we'll take we'll go into a character set dialog box, and here we're going to give our users access to over 1,500 different characters and 12 different character sets. Let's go with the typographic symbols.
That's awesome.
There's the symbol that I want. We say insert and close, and it's inserted the cursor position. Now
Yeah,
it's
that's
a little
great.
large because of the attribute that we've applied there. So with the click of a button on a button bar, we can superscript that text, and that's what we're looking for. Let's go ahead and add some color to our document here. We're into our color dialog box. From here, we're going to give you the opportunity to select from a series of predefined colors, or choose from our spectrum and
those are also predefined technically.
And apply that to the text. Now, I mentioned earlier that we could attach macros to buttons. Let's go ahead and click on this button. It's going to call another button bar, and we'll be able to continue to make some changes. Let's go ahead and grab text here. Just simple bolding by clicking on a single button is done.
Blue.
Let me pull up the ruler.
Facebook
this is another
blue
new feature
too.
in WordPerfect for Windows.
Mark Zuckerberg
From here you can
too.
adjust margin, choose fonts. Actually, let's go ahead and select this text, apply a style directly from the ruler. And also tables could be created from the ruler. This is a good example of how we've made things easier in WordPerfect for Windows. Simply click and drag, choose the size of table that you'd like. But in this document, what I want to do right now is format it into columns. You can do up to 24 columns in WordPerfect for Windows from the ruler quickly. We'll allow you to do up to 5. Let's choose 3. I want you to see how easy it is to modify the white spacing between columns.
Oh, I think I've messed with this
we can
program.
click here between columns 2 and 3, actually move that white spacing, and see the changes right on screen. Now,
we're almost out of time. Show me 1 or 2 good tricks and we gotta go.
let's go ahead and let's go
We
to
gotta
2 columns.
go.
And I want to pull in a graphic image, and so with a single
He acts like,
click
it's
window-
funny how he acts like you can't edit some of these things out, but I appreciate that he doesn't do that.
to our dialog box, and from here we can
He introduced me to a
select
new
the image,
acronym.
bring it in. This is
Exactly.
actually the icon we're using with WordPerfect for Windows.
So easy.
We'll go ahead and select
A
that.
caveman
Very
can
easy
do
to
it.
adjust the size of that image on screen, move it on screen. Let's bring it over here into column 1 and make it a little bit smaller.
It automatically resizes it all.
Yes, sir. From here, last touch, we add a horizontal line. Let's go ahead and turn off our ruler. 2 clicks of a button, we've got a horizontal line in our document. We can select that, similar to any other graphic image, adjust the width of that line, the length, all very easy, click and drag. And if you want to go from a horizontal line to a vertical line, simply click and drag. We'll drop this in between 2 columns. And there's a quick look.
All right.
Some of the new features in WordPerfect for Windows.
It's a whole new world out there with Lotus and WordPerfect.
Yes.
All right, that's our look at what's new with Windows. Stay tuned now for this week's computer news on Random Access.
Computer news. I like the news. The news part is always interesting because it gives nice context.
In the Random Access file this week, Epson is set to announce its first Color Notebook PC at this month's Comdex. The Color laptop will be the first battery-powered notebook PC to use active matrix technology. Epson is also introducing 2 monochrome laptops that can be upgraded to the color screen. All 3 machines will use the Intel 386SL processor. Chips and Technologies has introduced 7 new microprocessors in a direct challenge to Intel. The company spent 4 years and some $50 million developing its its own Intel-compatible architecture. The new chips are priced competitively with Intel. Chips and Technology says their new microprocessors are 10% more powerful than the Intel chips. Tandy claims to be the first PC maker to ship computers that comply with the new industry multimedia standard for combining text, images, and sound.
That's cool.
The new Tandys come bundled.
I think Tandy's like known for like having some of the most advanced sound, and it's like according to they're compliant with like standardization of sound. I think Tandy is like what people get excited about. Like when you play Doom, like Tandy's the one that you play on that you would actually be able to hear like the zombies or the most zombie sounds. Good question. I don't know. The fact that I know who they are is kind of important or significant in my opinion, because like it doesn't really make much sense otherwise.
Media standard for combining text, images, and sound. The new Tandys come bundled with a customized version of Windows designed specifically for multimedia use. Tandy is introducing 5 new multimedia models ranging in price from $2,800 to $5,500. Apple has introduced 2 new laser printers as well as a large screen monitor for the Macintosh. The 2 printers, called the LaserWriter 2F and the 2G, feature advanced grayscale and text printing. They are the first laser printers from Apple to use Adobe's PostScript Level 2 page description language.
What does that mean?
The new color Macintosh monitor allows users to see 2 full pages and display any combination of text, graphics, and video. A company called Lamarx has announced the first laser printer built in America. The Lamarx laser printer is actually an IBM printer assembled in Kentucky.
Level 2.
Lamarx will be marketing the new machine. Taking a look at this week's top 10 software titles for the PC. PC Connection reports that MS-DOS 5.0 upgrade is in the #1 position with desktop.
Where's Doom?
1.0 for Windows in second.
1991,
Third
I
is
know.
After Dark 1.0 for Windows, followed by Double Up upgrade for Windows and Expanded Memory Manager. Rounding
Ooh,
up
can I download more dedicated WAM?
the top 10 PC titles are WordPerfect 5.1, Procom Plus, the Norton Utility 6.0, Windows 3.0, and DR-DOS. Medical doctors will soon be able to get almost instant access to newly published clinical data. The new online journal of the current clinical trials has announced a new service for doctors that will put the latest research data online within hours of its release and expert review. Currently, doctors often don't see the latest research data until a month after it's been released due to the time it takes to print medical journals. Archivists from the University of Michigan have just completed a 2-year effort to enter the records of the Vatican into a computer database.
Oh, wow.
UPI reports that the last time anyone tried to organize Vatican records was back in 1588. Well, finally, first there was Tetris, then Weltris, and now Wordtris. Yes, those little falling blocks have turned into letters, and the object now is not to form lines, but to form words. Spectrum Holobyte has just introduced Wordtris. Fortunately, there is a child's mode in which it lets you slow down the speed of the game. That's it for this week's Computer Chronicles. I'm Maria Gabriel.
Fortunately, there is an easy difficulty mode for reviewers.
Computer Chronicles is made possible in part by the Software Publishers Association.
Yeah, Wordtris. I kinda, like, what a weird thing to end up on. Was that an ad?
And Mac Connection. And by Byte Magazine.
I wonder if I could find that game.
The Byte Information Exchange.
The Computer Chronicles provides a free kit to help you review the contents of your company's hard disks and ensure the ethical use of software. For a free self-audit program, write to the Computer Chronicles, Box 2954, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania 17105.
Wordtris, there it is. Let's look at it in 1981. DOS. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Look at that, it's communist. Seriously, what the heck? Oh god, people kissing? Rinse. Rear. Green. Len. This could actually be fun. This looks difficult. Bell. Fen? What is Fen? And God, this is familiar music. All. Oh, an eraser. Neo. Lib. Liberal. Owlin. There you go. Row. V. Wade. Strange, huh? Hi, Neo. Neo. Did you honestly play this with the Sound Blaster sound card? That's funny. I wonder if we'll... Nah. Never mind. I wonder... Oh my god, that's loud. I wonder who profits off this channel? Who's getting monetized? The Gary Kildall special. Wait, there it is. What the heck? There's the special he was talking about. It's the first one on here, the latest one. I think I will watch this.
This was the very first
He gained weight, got fat, died.
episode of the Computer Chronicles, broadcast back in 1983.
I should probably crank up the volume a bit for you guys.
Sitting by my side as co-host was Gary Kildall. But Gary was a lot more than a TV host. Gary, in fact, was one of the most important individuals in the history of personal computing. Gary died last year, leaving a legacy not matched by many in this field. Today, we're going to devote the entire show to Gary Kildall and his role in the development of the personal computer on this special edition of the Computer Chronicles.
I cranked up my own volume so I could hear it louder like you guys can right now.
The Computer Chronicles is brought to you by RonDiamond.com, the oldies site on the internet. Music and memories from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, not just another jukebox. Additional support comes from the law offices of Ivan Hoffman, Lawyering with Integrity, for internet law, copyright, trademark, and other intellectual property law.
Ew.
And by TechWeb for up-to-the-minute technology news. On a residential block in the seaside town of Pacific Grove, California, sits a modest
That'd be
house
crazy.
with a grand
They would not get along.
Street. Behind its garage in a small carriage house, one of the seminal events in personal computing history took place. The first modern operating system for the microcomputer was born here over 20 years ago. It was called CP/M, and its inventor was a young computer science teacher named Gary Kildall. Kildall had started developing his control program for microcomputers, also known as Control Program Monitor, in the early 1970s when he realized the potential for a general-purpose small computer. He was carrying a portable computer at a time when the desktop PC was just a dream.
I met Gary in 1973 in the computer science lab late one evening. He was a young kid, freckled, reddish hair, boyish enthusiasm, was in cutoffs.
Okay, buddy, calm down. It's a weird way to describe him.
Came into the computer center with a leather briefcase that he flipped open and connected to a teletype, an ASR-33. And that was an entire self-contained computer. It was the first personal computer I ever saw.
I would have killed all. It's like one of the dominoes that led to the Raspberry Pi.
Wild. I wanted to know where he got it, how he got it, what he was doing with it, how I could get one.
Gary studied computer science at the University of Washington and went on to obtain a doctorate. He soon moved to the Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey, where he later became a professor. In the 1970s, the seeds of CP/M were planted during his teaching career at Monterey. He continued to work on the project at home and later in this tiny rooftop office above a restaurant in Pacific Grove.
The first thing I heard that Gary did that was really brought to my attention was he invented a programming language called PLM and implemented it for the Intel microprocessors to prove that the 8088 was, or the 8080, I'm sorry, was a real computer and not a controller for microwave ovens, but that it was a real computer. And he went off and wrote a programming language that ran on microcomputers. Now we can say, well, of course that's no big deal, but at the time it was a pretty big deal. He invented this language, and then to show that the language was useful, he wrote CP/M. That's what really actually happened. He created this operating system and built it around...
From my understanding, they didn't like editing anything in this show.
Intel microprocessor to show what could be done with microprocessors. And in 1975, when he was doing this, that was pretty revolutionary.
Gary's approach to computing was far ahead of the conventional notions of the time. While a consultant at Intel in the 70s, he offered to sell them CP/M, but Intel could see no use for it and turned him down. Shortly afterwards, in 1976, Gary and his wife Dorothy founded a company called Intergalactic...
Wow, those are all his kids?
Digital Research, later shortened to Digital Research, in an old Victorian home. In the early days, Digital Research Incorporated, or DRI, was CP/M. While the operating system is just a dim memory in most PC users' minds today, its role in the development of the microcomputer was pivotal.
What's so important about the work that Gary did was the fact that he was one of the first to introduce an operating system for personal computers that began laying the groundwork that basically all other personal computer operating systems, hardware design, and applications can take their roots from.
The main thing that CP/M brought that was different from how anybody else was approaching microcomputers was that Gary made a logical separation of the physical I/O system from what was called the BDOS. The physical I/O system was called the BIOS, the basic I/O system, and that was a term that Gary used in early CP/M. The BDOS was a basic disk operating system. The BDOS was independent of the specific hardware that you had in your microcomputer. By comparison, we were looking at the time of Unix being out as a major mini-computer operating system, and you could not move executables of any application programs from one Unix machine, unless it was an identical machine, to another system. So this was really a remarkable innovation.
CP/M sold extremely well, and DRI flourished. The company expanded to larger quarters across the street. The number of employees grew from 9 to 24. When a new VAX mini-computer arrived, it was too large to fit inside the building, so the entire structure was lifted off its foundation to accommodate the machine. A beaming Gary told the staff they would all be getting a raise that week. It was a time of skyrocketing growth.
Is that a play on words, or did they get a raise?
August of 1982, the company newsletter reported that DRI's revenues had grown over 1,000% in the past 2 years. DRI now had 200 employees. CP/M was established as the industry standard and the most popular 8-bit operating system in the world.
When the computer industry was just starting up, there was the computer industry. There was IBM and the Seven Dwarfs and the mainframe industry dominated by glass houses and giant mainframe computers that cost millions and millions of dollars, and the personal computer industry did not descend genealogically from that gene pool. It sprung up in a completely separate way, in a completely separate place. And
this guy talks like he's talking about some sort of cryptid, like the Loch Ness Monster or a UFO that built the pyramids, and he saw it. He was the one who saw it.
Gary was its spiritual leader. His company...
He's doing the Rock Band documentary style acting.
...was the biggest and most successful of all of the companies. And all of the companies were modeled after Gary's.
Gary was a very busy guy. He was chairman of a large company. He was personally involved in new product development. Yet every 2 weeks he would spend 4 hours driving up and down this Pacific Coast Highway to spend a day in front of the cameras. When we come back, Gary's new role as a television host.
Gained weight, got fat, died.
With DRI's business growing, Gary went on to other pursuits, including the role of co-host on Computer Chronicles. His second career as television host lasted over 6 years, during which he provided acute insights into the technology and potential of hundreds of products. While appearing on the program, he also showed off products and technologies of his own that were far ahead of the market, including a multitasking operating system for PCs called Concurrent DOS.
What's even more interesting is that all is not quite as it appears, because in fact if you press a little key here, you actually see that there are lots and lots of processes actually running, lots of tasks running here. And in fact on these...
So how is this not corrupt?
Terminals even themselves, I can hit a key on this one, for example, and find that I'm running DBase 3 at the same time. So what we're seeing here is the ability of the IBM PS2 Model 80 as a 386-based machine in conjunction with concurrent DOS 386, its ability to run both standard DOS applications, because the operating system is completely DOS compatible, but to be able to run multiple DOS applications and to allow shared access to them.
DRI also had one of the first graphical user interfaces called GEM.
I'll open up a prepared graph, and we'll see what the combination of text and graphics look like. I'm going to go to a full scale.
I wonder where computing would be
if he
was
Here's the
still
final
alive.
result of putting it together text with graphics.
Or was still alive.
And I'll just
Probably
go ahead
would be
and
dead
send this
now,
to the
but
output device. Yeah, in this case, we're going to just use a screen, but it could be a slide maker or overhead transparency maker, whatever it happens to be. And that would
well, I think that his interest was in, first of all, showing that digital research was still the leader and not, and that we had, since graphical environments were sort of becoming hot, if you will, and you know, the Lisa hadn't really been successful, but word on the street was, you know, Macintosh is coming, and the fact that he could go and show a multitasking, graphical-oriented environment running as a digital research project that no one knew at all that we were even working on. I think he appreciated the kind of surprise factor of that, and I remember him coming back and saying that you know, Bill Gates and other people were at this conference that Esther Dyson had, and they were like, eyes were like glued to the screen trying to, you know, see what that was going on. So I think we put some fear in Microsoft, and I think Gary liked that.
Gary's pleasure at beating everyone to the starting gate with new ideas may have been personally satisfying, but it was also risky. By revealing DRI projects, he was also divulging information that could be appropriated by other companies. And this created a unique ethical situation for Gary and his chief competitor.
I really believe that on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being ethical, Bill Gates is about a 9. I think that there are some other corporate presidents out there that are about the 3s and the 4s. I don't want to be an apologist for Bill Gates, but I'm saying that Gary is just on a different scale. His ethics is a different scale. And what happened is
they murdered him.
Bill used his ethical scale, which was a darn good one. And Gary used his ethical scale, which is...
Could you explain what your ethical scale means if you're going to say that Bill Gates has a darn good one?
A darn good one. Now, the ethics of a businessman are generally one that's very, very competitive. And the ethics of an academician, although they're certainly competitive, involves a much greater degree of cooperation. And so Gary always cooperated. He always said, well, Bill, here's what we're working on. And Bill always said, well, that guy sure was a kind of a dummy. He just told me what he's working on.
I don't think Gary was really driven to be a businessman. Gary was driven to create things, and he always, every time I talked to him, he had some really great ideas of things he was going to do, or things that could be done, or things he was working on, or new technologies and how he might apply them. That was Gary.
This is a beta copy of the very first electronic encyclopedia using optical storage technology. Gary gave it to me one day when we were taping a show in the studio in that building over there. Gary had to use a video disc because CD-ROM technology was not yet widely
that's pretty much a Frisbee.
available. He was very proud of this. This was the first product of his new interactive company, then called ActiVenture.
In 1985,
there's a full 3 megabytes on that baby.
Gary showed the very first encyclopedia on a CD-ROM, a project that grew out of his fascination with early video discs. The Grolier Academic American Encyclopedia had many features that are commonplace today, including hypertext links, a full text search engine, and a traditional bookshelf interface.
One we need to select, and it's working its way down through the volume here, giving us finer and finer divisions. And finally, we go down and find the article titles, and here they are, just as if we were thumbing through that section of the encyclopedia, and we can point to the title we wish to examine.
So you're just pulling out that article now.
That's right, and here it is, the exploits of Raoul Amundsen.
From this point, you can page back and forth, take a look at the article and things of that sort. Now, that's all in the CD-ROM that's in this player right here.
And what's the amount of storage involved? How much? What's
this is 550 megabytes, half a billion bytes of information, enough to stretch 10 characters per inch from here to Denver.
Gary's success also gave him time to pursue his love of life. He collected and raced sports cars. Experienced pilot, he owned several airplanes, and he never hesitated.
Okay, he probably would crash. He'd probably have died in an aircraft collision or something if he was still alive today.
To fly to meetings across the state or across the country.
I went out to visit.
I feel, well, when you say truly free, I feel like it was just access to the internet was free.
Gary.
No one knew anything. Back then the internet was an idea of cataloging other computers.
We arranged to meet in the airport in San Jose. When I got to the airport, he was flying his own private plane in.
Where's LimeWire?
So I was meeting him in the terminal for private planes. I looked around the airport, no Gary. Or no, there wasn't anyone who looked like a software person wandering around this very small terminal. So I called the company and they said, oh, look for Gary. He'll have on cowboy boots and has a red beard. I knew I could find him then. And he still wasn't there, so I looked out the window, and a plane came rolling up. And this fellow with a red beard leaned out the window and said, there aren't any parking places, hop in.
Gary flew his potential investor to a restaurant near Sacramento and proceeded to describe the future of the PC industry.
I don't think I'd get in a private plane like that. That's weird.
At that time, he was trying to explain what his business was, and I had lunch, and he basically took a paper and outlined the microcomputer industry to me. He explained how the operating system would ultimately control the industry.
I feel like the best era for the internet was 2010, but I hate Rage Comics.
And how application software would run on top of it, and that an operating system company should support the applications companies, but never have applications.
Careful.
Which had turned out to be a fatal mistake, and one of the fatal mistakes for the company.
Even as Gary's financial success allowed him to accumulate bigger and faster toys, his contemporaries remember him as a man who just enjoyed having fun.
Gary had that ability.
I don't know what that means.
And yet he was, on the other hand,
bad with
he had
acronyms.
this amazing free spirit about him. Gary was certainly easy to talk into grabbing a six-pack of beer and going out to the lake and water ski. I mean, there was never a problem with that aspect of it either. He was a very, very unusual and remarkable individual.
The early days of the microcomputer industry created an exciting atmosphere that attracted adventurous entrepreneurs. To the PC pioneers, working outside of the mainstream mainframe computer world made it more risky, but more satisfying.
There were very, very few people in those first years who came into the computer industry, came into the microcomputer industry.
Oh, okay.
From the real computer industry.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know its name.
Attitude that pervaded Silicon Valley in 1980 was, when are the grown-ups going to come in here and make us stop? That was really what it felt like.
Do people still talk about other people as grown-ups?
Because we could do things that, we could do whatever we wanted.
CP/M's role as the standard operating system for personal computers was not to last very long. When we come back, the battle between CP/M and MS-DOS and the true story of what happened with IBM and Bill Gates.
The true story.
Despite his varied talents and accomplishments, Gary Kildall was perhaps best known as the man who chose to go flying on the day IBM came calling. It was the event which dogged him his entire life,
and
it has become a legend in personal computer history. But his friends and co-workers alike agree that the story is mostly myth, and that the facts are very different.
Gary and I were scheduled to go that morning up to meet with Bill Godbout, who was one of the early people in the microcomputer industry building an S100 system, and we were delivering him CP/M documentation. So Gary and I, as the story goes, were in fact flying. We flew up to the Bay Area, up to the Oakland airport, delivered the software to Bill, and flew back down and joined the IBM meeting. We were there for the meeting later in the afternoon. By that point in time, things had already gone a little bit wrong. IBM had come into the meeting. They had a what I would call a unidirectional non-disclosure agreement. The idea was that Digital Research was to agree that they had never met IBM and the meeting hadn't occurred, and yet everything that Digital Research disclosed to IBM was intended to be public domain. That was the way the agreement was structured.
IBM also wanted to buy CP/M outright for a flat fee and rename it PC-DOS, terms that were unacceptable to DRI. IBM then approached Microsoft and tried to license its clone of CP/M called QDOS. When IBM discovered that it might be facing a copyright lawsuit, they returned to DRI and struck a deal. DRI agreed to let IBM sell both CP/M and Microsoft DOS side by side, and to let the market decide which was best.
That's not a bad idea.
But the deck was stacked.
I can only tell you that we were quite shocked to see that the price for PC-DOS was $40 and the price for CP/M 86 was $240. We were given no indication at all whatsoever until it was actually rolled out that they were going to do a 6-to-1 price difference. So in fact, IBM did let the market
How did they negotiate the pricing, though? If they did it at all?
It's hard to imagine that somebody could justify buying CP/M 86, which had very similar functionality to PC-DOS, when there was a 6-to-1 price difference.
Some industry people have pointed to this incident as a turning point in PC history, and the moment that guaranteed the demise of CP/M and the rise of MS-DOS. Others have pointed out that it somehow changed Gary, professionally and personally.
The frustration that I think more and more frustrated, and
he became an alcoholic.
I have to be honest,
gained weight, got fat, died.
In later years was the fact that he continually had this comparison thrust on him. That anytime he would have an interview or meet a company in a business context, there were the frequent questions: did you really go flying when IBM came to visit? What really happened? So that would frequently be asked, and that was always a frustration, because Gary was a person that I think was very proud of his achievements, of the fact that he actually was instrumental in building this open architecture that we have in the industry.
I think Gary's view was that what happened. I think he, if anything, regretted that people didn't appreciate the contributions he made. I think all people who are really driven to do something and who are very bright
Did he want his name to be famous
the ones
for
that
it?
got away. But I think of all the people.
I feel like if he wanted it to be his name, like if he wanted to be famous for like or get the credit, then why didn't he credit himself in his own show?
Known in business,
That's a little strange.
They worried the least about the ones that got away.
DRI's loss of the IBM contract was Microsoft's gain and the beginning of Microsoft's ascent to software stardom. But the reasons for IBM's decisions are still fuzzy and subject to different interpretations.
I think what really changed the perspective from IBM's standpoint had to do with the fact that when Gates got involved, he basically said, look, we'll do whatever you need. We'll put energy, we'll put people, we'll work as hard as we can to make this happen. As opposed to the way Gary Kildall and his folks looked at it, which was, oh, here's another project. Remember, Kildall had already reached a certain level of success at that point, where at this particular time, Gates and the folks at Microsoft were in their very early stages.
But I think that there's also some, I don't think blame's exactly the right word, but some responsibility goes to the customers as well. Because if IBM had not put all of their eggs in the Microsoft basket, they wouldn't have the problem that they do today, trying to sell Warp against, an OS2 against the monster that they kind of created.
Whatever the reason, the competition between DRI and Microsoft seemed to become a personal battle between Gary Kildall and Bill Gates, at least in the public eye.
Well, Gary always considered Bill Gates a very good friend. In those early days, they all they all were very friendly with each other and cooperative. And certainly Bill Gates says today that he sent IBM to DRI when they were looking for the operating system. I was on a panel that Ben Rosen put on for the Rosen Forum in those very early days. And Gary got up and talked about what his plans were for CP/M and where the company was going, and then made a comment. Well, this is a very large market, and there's room for lots of companies. And Bill Gates interrupted, and he said, no, there'll only be one company.
Gary Kildall's life cannot be summed up by any one incident. It was made up of many notable accomplishments and a constant desire to innovate. His numerous contributions to the PC industry are evident, if not always recognized. To those who knew him well, it was the delight of discovery and not the money that drove him.
And I think that in his mind, what he was always looking for is, what is it that he could get or do or create with the technology that would be his big win? And that was elusive. And in fact, the fact that it was elusive, I think, played very heavily on the way he lived the latter part of his life.
Gary Kildall's untimely death in 1994 at the age of 52 was a reminder that the light of genius is transitory and fragile. To his many friends and associates, it was a warning that we should cherish our relationships while we can.
He is among a very small group of people that helped change the world in the 70s.
You know, it's weird. It's weird to me that Chaffee's not saying anything.
And I think another group of people have taken
like no personal anecdotes or anything like that
in the 90s, and I'm sure that will continue. But Gary made a difference. I think he knew he made a difference, and certainly the people who knew Gary knew he made a difference.
I think at this point in time it would be a shame to have Gary forgotten as being a person that was instrumental to the growing of this whole industry itself. Gary was somebody that had an infectious enthusiasm. If you go out in the industry and talk with associates that he worked with at a business level, knew Gary as a person that enjoyed the warmth of human contact, that enjoyed going to parties, to be very personable. He was not somebody that restricted his focus to just the decision makers and the people that were leading the businesses and whatever. He was somebody that had a breadth of interests and was a very open person. So I think it would be a real loss if all that the industry remembers about Gary is he was the guy that was flying the day IBM came. Because he was a much more of a person.
That is kind of how he refers to him, though.
A great deal to this industry.
Chaffee literally calls him that. That's funny. Gained weight, got fat, died.
Gary did make a difference. He was a genius and a gentleman, a rare combination. Gary did make a lot of money, but he was driven by an honest desire to create new ideas that could expand the human potential. For the Computer Chronicles, I'm Stuart Chaffee.
Oh, look at that. They have a little scrolling text at the end, too. Oh, Bill Gates. It's a thing that Bill Gates said. Gary Kildall was one of the original pioneers of the PC revolution. He was a very creative computer scientist who did excellent work. Although we were competitors, I always had tremendous respect for his contributions to the PC industry. His untimely death was very unfortunate. He and his work will be missed. It's like, yes, more money for me. Actually, you know what? I don't think I know anything about Bill Gates being disrespectful to dead people.
The Computer Chronicles is brought to you by RonDiamond.com, the oldies site on the internet. Music and memories from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, not just another jukebox. Additional support comes from the law offices of
Ivan Hoffman, that you would monetize this guy's death.
Integrity for internet law, copyright, trademark, and other
looking back in the
property law.
Interview,
and by TechWeb,
Weird Al's expression was so uncertain while he was scrutinizing the journal. Yeah.
To purchase a videotape copy of today's program, call toll-free.
I think he was having difficulty identifying where the joke was, but he was trying to play along with it.
Please specify the show number and the topic.
Yeah, give me Kildall's death, please, for $19. What a fun video. Because it is usually around the time that I raid out, and I only have 4 people in, I think I'm going to raid out now. Let me see who's currently live. I see a couple people that I can raid out to. Thank you all for hanging out. Appreciate you. Okay. Tomorrow will be Friday, so it's Friendly Friday, so I'll be playing some more of this kind of stuff, but it'll actually be a little bit more planned. Let's see, Pudgycat is currently doing a just chatting thing. I'm just gonna see what that is real quick. And we got also WereGamer, who is playing Toxic Grind, apparently. Let me just see what this is. Oh, you know what I just realized is probably causing lag? I think that one of my tabs is opening, has a stream that I had open that I never closed. That's probably it. Alright, it looks like Pudgycat is just available for... Wait, what time? What is their timestamp? I'm waiting for it to load, I'm sorry. I am lagging so much. Yeah, I think I'm gonna raid out. Considering, there's like... This is my normal time to raid out. I started late and I have like 4 people. So it makes sense to me. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for conversation and company your time. I think... Yeah, I'm going to raid out to WereGamer. They look like they're having a fun game. I also look like I'm lagging a little bit on stream side. Wow, look at that. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Oh, man. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out. I'll be back on tomorrow. It's going to be Friendly Fridays where we get to do more of this, but actually on a regular, normal script stream schedule, so it will probably be a little bit more significant to some of you. Have a good night. Take care. Bye. Oh, wait. I just realized how late that is. Let me just... When I see this, I'll raid out. Oh wow, is it really that delayed? What the heck did I do to myself? Oh well.
I didn't even... Come on, spot. Hello, Conan Links, how's it going? What were you doing? What were you up to? For those who don't know me, hi, I'm Wargamer. I play weird shit I find. Today we're playing Toxic Grind.